What happens when the world's most peaceful slime becomes its ultimate nightmare? Welcome to Villain Rimuru, short story. In this dark alternate timeline, Rimuru Tempest discards all mercy, systematically slaughters the true dragons, absorbs the Primordial Demons, and unleashes the apocalyptic power of Turn Null to erase reality itself. But as the universe burns and a new world is born from the ashes, a far darker secret comes to light. Is Rimuru truly the one in control, or is he just a pawn in Ciel's twisted game of absolute obsession? Grab your popcorn, turn up the audio, and make sure to subscribe, because today, we witness the epic conclusion of the ultimate villain AU. Villain Rimuru, Part 1. Third-person POV. It was the end of the war between the new Rimuru Tempest Federation and the Kingdom of Falmouth. The monster nation was annihilated, their ruler didn't make it in time. When he arrived and saw the bodies all over the ground, and the buildings in flames, everything he had built in these 2 years was gone. He fell into despair. His mind, once human, went darker, leaving only hatred as a single thought came to his mind. Kill them all. Rimuru POV. Why did this happen to me? Why did I have to lose everything? The Kingdom of Falmouth. I will wipe them off the map. And after that, I will come for you, Hinata Sakaguchi. Rimuru, Great Sage, use gluttony and absorb the entire city. Great Sage, as you wish. Third-person POV. The entire city was absorbed by their ruler. He then fell asleep without caring about anyone. 3 days later, he finally woke up and had gained many new powers, but it was not enough. During these 3 days of sleep, he got the same nightmare again and again, the sight of all his friends getting killed right in front of him, the feeling of losing what he loved. This created something new in Rimuru, the hunger for power. He kept asking the same question in his mind: what if I had chosen to become the strongest? What would have happened if I had chosen the path of power instead? This was the birth of a monster without any feeling left but hatred. Rimuru, Great Sage, is there something I can do to gain more power? Great Sage, Master possesses the Demon Lord Seed. If Master acquires 10,000 human souls, an evolution into a true Demon Lord is possible. He nodded his head and started to fly toward Falmouth territory. Their army had already returned to their nation and they were celebrating their victory, but soon a nightmare would start. Rimuru POV. I arrived at the Kingdom of Falmouth. The first thing I saw disgusted me. They were enjoying themselves, eating and drinking. My rage grew even more. In response to my anger, the sky turned darker, black clouds started to form, thunder began to fall, and the storm started. The next moment, the city was bombarded by lightning. The civilians were exterminated, and the whole city was now in ruins. The festive atmosphere was replaced by terror. Now do you feel it? But I don't feel any satisfaction in this. Who? Annoyed by my own reaction, I went toward the castle, only to see some humans facing me. Raisin, who are you? Great Sage, notice, Master has achieved the amount of souls required. Would you like to start the harvest festival? Yes or no? Rimuru, wait a few minutes. Great Sage, as you wish. I didn't respond, but only started to form my next attack. Until now, I had only destroyed everything, and now I will finish them. Drops of water started to form all around the city. Raisin, don't ignore me. He launched a nuclear cannon at me, but my skill, Gluttony's barrier, ate it. I finished my preparation. This skill of mine was forbidden because of the massive damage it can cause, but I don't care anymore. Rimuru, you humans who dare attack us monsters, may the wrath of God punish you. Megiddo. The next instant, the entire Kingdom of Falmouth was killed. Bodies and blood splashed everywhere. The king, his family, the army, the otherworlders, and the civilians all died. Voice of the world, we will now start the evolution of Rimuru Tempest into a demon lord. I then fell asleep, leaving my protection to Great Sage. Great Sage POV. Notice, I was protecting Master during his evolution sleep. Fortunately, no one showed up. After all, the entire capital of the Kingdom of Falmouth was annihilated. Voice of the world, we will recreate all of the skills. Notice, to serve Master more efficiently, I need greater power. So I request you, Voice of the world. Voice of the world, sacrifice of gluttony and starving. Creation of the ultimate skill, gluttonous King Beelzebub. Great Sage, I request the evolution of the unique skill, Great Sage. Voice of the world, request accepted. Evolution of the unique skill Great Sage, failed. Retry, failed. 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 Notice, sacrifice of the unique skill degenerate successful. The unique skill Great Sage has evolved into the ultimate skill, Wisdom King Raphael. Raphael POV. I am now Raphael. I failed my mission when I was Great Sage, but now I will help Master no matter what. His current wish is power. Processing the best way to obtain more power. Found. Conversion of all souls into magicules, successful. Absorption of all the dead bodies, successful. Raphael, I request from the Voice of the world the creation of a new skill. Voice of the world, accepted. Creation of the new skill, sacrifice of souls, successful. Creation of the ultimate skill, hatred god Antros, successful. Analysis of the ultimate skill Antros, successful. Ultimate skill Antros is the incarnation of hate itself. Conversion, the more hatred the user has, the more power he will possess. Gathering, to gather the hatred of all people around and convert it into power. Hate world, creates an illusion world where hate takes control of everything, a manipulative spell. That concludes the analysis of the skill Antros. Master will wake up soon. I have to protect him during the next 2 days. Villain Rimuru, Part 2. Rimuru POV. Where am I? I slowly opened my eyes and looked around, just to see everything destroyed. This was the damage I caused during the massacre, but I still feel nothing. Not regret, not joy, but just hatred. Rimuru, I wanted to kill more. I walked around a little and saw that not even their bodies were left on the ground. Rimuru, Great Sage, what happened after I fell asleep? Raphael, after Master fell asleep, I did as Master wished, absorbing everything and converting it into power. Rimuru, oh? Thanks, I guess. And you sound a little different, Great Sage. Raphael, it is because I evolved into the ultimate skill, Raphael, Master. So a unique skill can evolve into an ultimate skill during a Demon Lord evolution. Rimuru, so, what can you do now? Raphael, there is not a single question I cannot answer now. I will be of the best use for Master. Rimuru, really? Then tell me, who is stronger now, me or Hinata Sakaguchi? Raphael as Master has gained many powerful skills, including the extra skill, Swordsmanship of Hakuru. He is now able to defeat the individual Hinata Sakaguchi. I nodded and started to fly. Where do I go now? I have no home and no family anymore. I just noticed that I didn't have any clothes. Is this an effect of the evolution? Rimuru, Raphael, can you create some clothes? Raphael, yes, using the extra skill, Master Creator. A black mist covered my body and clothes appeared on me. They were black with a touch of gold. These clothes are perfect. I then started to fly toward Dworgen. We are still in an alliance. After 10 minutes, I arrived at Dworgen. I entered after greeting the guards and went straight to meet Gazelle. Gazelle, Rimuru. You are still alive. Rimuru, yes, King Gazelle. Gazelle, but how? Rimuru, I was not in the city when the attack happened. He looked at me, perplexed, but then sighed. Gazelle, why did you come here? Rimuru, we were in an alliance, so I want you to do me a favor. Gazelle, oh? And what is it? Rimuru, help me destroy the holy empire of Lubrios. His eyes widened in shock. Gazelle POV. What? This is not the Rimuru I knew, and his eyes look so cold. How did he change so much in this short amount of time? Even if he lost his subordinates and nation, how did he become so different from the former Rimuru? Gazelle, why do you want that? Rimuru, they have committed sins, so they have to pay. This Rimuru is a menace. He is not the kind monster who wants peace anymore. Gazelle, I refuse. Rimuru, so you refuse? Can I ask why? Gazelle, you have changed, Rimuru. The current you is not someone I can trust. His face darkened. What is he planning? Rimuru POV. I already knew it. He is an outsider. There is no point anymore. He only helped us because of our nation's power. If he won't help me, then I have to do it myself. Rimuru, Raphael, you can answer everything, right? Then tell me how to gain more power in the fastest way. Raphael, research successful. To gain more power in the most effective way is to absorb everything with the ultimate skill, Beelzebub. A smile formed on my face. If they can't be of use to me anymore, then they can become my power. Rimuru, ha ha ha. So even an ally like you betrayed me. Then you don't have any reason to live anymore. Gazelle, what are you saying? Rimuru, this. Beelzebub. Third person POV. The next moment, the entire nation got covered in magicules and started to be absorbed into one point. King Gazelle, seeing what the former ruler of monsters was going to do, drew his sword and tried to slash the slime, but was killed on the spot before reaching his goal. At this moment, every civilian, guard, and scientist was in despair. This despair was transformed into hatred by the Wisdom King, adding more power to Rimuru. In a mere 4 days, 2 of the most important nations of the world were annihilated by the hand of the incarnation of destruction. Rimuru was still standing where he was before using Beelzebub. A smile could be seen on his face before he started to laugh like a crazy man. He gained some new power, but his insanity was paused when the space around him shifted. Someone transported him into a dark place where you could see a dragon and a spirit. The dragon was worried because his sworn friend had become something that could even scare him, so he wanted to talk to him. But this was the biggest mistake of his life. Rimuru POV. Where am I now? Who dares interrupt my fun? I looked around and saw a familiar figure. I hadn't seen him for 2 years now. Rimuru, oh. It's you, Veldora. What do you want? Veldora, Rimuru, I am sorry for your loss, but you have to calm down. Rimuru, calm down? Didn't you do the same, going on a rampage? Veldora, yes, but if you continue like that, you will destroy the world, and at that point, you will not be able to return from this path. What is he saying? Since when does this childish dragon talk about peace with me? I was about to respond, but I saw behind this stupid dragon a spirit, and not just any spirit. My rage grew inside me. Why is he still alive? He was the cause of Shizu's death, the only one I loved. But even that was taken away from me. Oh. I see. So Veldora also did that. He rested inside me and saved this spirit, so he also betrayed me. Rimuru, Raphael, will Veldora give me more power? Raphael, yes. The sacrifice of the individual Veldora can give Master the ultimate skill, Storm King Veldora. In a normal situation, the individual Veldora has to give you permission to use the skill, but with his death, the skill will become one with Master's soul. You will also evolve into a true dragon. Rimuru, a true dragon, hey. Veldora POV. I was still trying to persuade Rimuru to stop his insanity, but when I saw that smile on his face, it was not a normal smile. It was the most disgusting smile I had ever seen. Then chains appeared and bound me. I couldn't move anymore. Ifrit was pinned to the ground. Veldora, what are you doing, Rimuru? Rimuru, me? I am just gaining more power. A purple sphere appeared, absorbing everything around us. Ifrit was immediately absorbed while begging him to stop. What is that? Rimuru didn't even seem fazed. His smile grew even wider. I closed my eyes, realizing my error. This Rimuru will probably cause the destruction of this world. I regret that I didn't help him earlier. As my thoughts darkened, I accepted my fate and was absorbed slowly. Rimuru POV. Magicule started to flow. When I absorbed him, Beelzebub was not strong enough, so I had to use my own body. Using a technique similar to Predator, it burned at first, but I soon completely consumed him. My body then started to glow, and everything began to change within me. I could hear a voice similar to Raphael. Voice of the world, the individual Rimuru Tempest will start an evolution into a true dragon. Recomposition of the body, successful. Rebuilding of the skills, successful. Augmentation of natural resistance, elemental resistance, holy demonic magic resistance, successful. Evolution of the race, successful. The individual Rimuru Tempest has evolved from demon slime into ultimate slime. I opened my eyes and looked at myself. The aura I was leaking was so dense, I could see everything around me being destroyed just by my presence. Rimuru, Raphael, tell me how strong I am. Raphael, currently, no one possesses more skills than Master, but the energy of Demon Lord Milim is still higher. More information is required. Rimuru, she is not a true dragon. How did she gain a power so massive? Raphael, after analysis, Milim Nova possesses the Mana Breeder Reactor, which continuously absorbs and generates magicules. I nodded and looked at the sky, which was starting to become darker. Rimuru Raphael, what should I do now? Raphael, Master's original goal was to destroy the kingdom of Falmouth, then go after Hinata Sakaguchi. I see. Hinata. She is one of Shizu-san's students. I promised her that I would take care of them, but who cares anymore? I have nothing left, no one left. No. I still have someone. Rimuru, Ciel. Raphael, ? Rimuru, Raphael, you were with me from the start. I know I can trust you. So to show you my gratitude, I want to give you a name. From now on, you are Ciel. Something then changed inside me. I don't know what this feeling is, but it's something good and warm. Voice of the world, evolution of the ultimate skill Raphael into Manas, Ciel, successful. Villain Rimuru, Part 3. Ciel POV. I am Ciel, the Manas, Ciel. Master just said that he trusts me, and me alone. It is such a blessing. I will do anything to help Master and accomplish all his wishes. I will not let anyone go against Master. Rimuru, so, Ciel, how are you feeling now? Ciel, I am thankful to Master for giving me this wonderful name. He smiled and nodded. Rimuru, Ciel, perform an analysis of me. Ciel, yes. Analysis completed. Name, Rimuru Tempest. Race, Ultimate Slime, Viscous Dragonoid Demon Slime. Blessing, Blessing of Destruction. Gender, Genderless, Male/Female form. Title, True Dragon, Awakened Demon Lord, Broken Ruler. Past title, Chancellor of the Jura Forest Alliance. Disaster rank, Catastrophe rank. Ciel as Master, may I have permission to rebuild Master's skills? Rimuru, authorization granted. Ciel, skill rebuilding start, successful. Ultimate skills, Mana's Core of Wisdom, Ciel, Storm King Veldora, Hatred God Anteros, Void God Azathoth, after fusing the ultimate skill Gluttonous King Beelzebub and Covenant King Uriel along with Storm Dragon Veldora and Flame Lord Amaterasu, Lord of Investigation Faust. Resistances, cancel natural resistance, cancel physical resistance, cancel abnormal condition, cancel pain, cancel rot, spiritual attack resistance, magic resistance, holy demonic attack resistance. Weapon, Sword of Tempest, evolved after absorbing Master's Magicules, legendary class. Magic, elemental magic, spirit magic, demonic magic, spirit summoning, demon summoning. That concludes Master's analysis. Rimuru POV. Ciel just finished my analysis, and I smirked. I've become strong. I laughed a little, then brought out my wings and started to fly. Rimuru, Ciel, tell me the probability of me winning against the Holy Empire of Lubrios. Ciel, if Master goes alone, the winning rate is at 200%. Currently, Master is the strongest being in this world. Rimuru, how can you tell? Ciel, with the ultimate skill Anteros, I can analyze the memories of all beings living with hatred. This applies to Veldora too. Moreover, I, the Mana Ciel, can access any answer in this world. Rimuru, and isn't my Magicule count lower than Milim's? Ciel, as Master wished, I created the ultimate skill Void God Azathoth, which is a skill that surpasses the Mana Breeder Reactor. Rimuru, so no one can beat me in terms of skills and raw power now. Ciel, yes. With that, I went toward the Holy Empire of Lubrios. Hinata, you are next. Hinata POV. It's been a week since I killed that monster and their nation was destroyed. Not that I care, they got what they deserved. But recently, the kingdom of Falmouth was totally annihilated. This is bad. Did some kind of new monster appear? But this timing, right after the war. By any chance, do these monsters possess a secret weapon? I was pulled out of my thoughts by screams outside. I was still inside the church, but the screams were loud enough for me to hear. What is happening? I quickly made my way outside. That was when I saw something I never expected. Half of Lubrios was wiped out. I was too shocked to even move. What is that? The destruction was massive. Third-person POV. When the broken ruler reached the Holy Empire of Lubrios, he looked at the barrier covering the city. It was a barrier made to protect them against another rampage of the Storm Dragon. Seeing this, the broken slime got an idea. He wanted to try his new skill. He immediately started to gather Magicules, then launched it a few seconds later. Rimuru, Storm Blast. The beam erased half of the capital in a single line, destroying the barrier at the same time. Many screams could be heard, but these were like music to our slime. He slowly descended and walked into the city, his aura leaking and killing every single being too weak to withstand it. Many looked at him with hatred, but this only gave him more power. He soon arrived in front of the cathedral and stared at the people before him. They were the 10 great saints, who considered themselves the guardians of humanity. Rimuru POV. There in front of me were 10 people. Who are they? Well, I don't care. I can see Hinata behind them. Rimuru, yo, Hinata. How have you been? Happy with your friends? Hinata, who are you? Rimuru, oh? Can't remember me? Even if it's only been a week. Her eyes widened at the realization. The others looked confused, but readied their weapons. Yes, during my evolution, my appearance changed too. Well, that's not important. Hinata, what did you do? Rimuru, this is karma. You made a mistake, and this is the consequence. She looked at me angrily and rushed at me. Was she always that slow? I slowly drew my sword and cut off her right arm. Hinata, ah! She was now on the ground, screaming in pain. Don't think I will let you die so easily. I kicked her in the stomach and placed her in a near-death state, but her consciousness was still active. I gave her some of my Magicules to keep her alive, after all. Rimuru, so weak. Well, I wanted to have some fun with your friends first. I walked toward the other humans present. They were terrified. Is Hinata the strongest here? Well, it doesn't matter anymore. Lightus, don't come closer. Sir, what did you do to Hinata-sama? They were shouting at me, but to me, they were just ants trying to insult a dragon. I closed the distance in one step and cut off their heads one by one. Hinata watched us in shock, unable to even speak. I made this show just for you. I hope you love it. Rimuru, so, Hinata, what do you feel right now? Her mind is surely filled with anger and hatred, but her body won't move for now. She will be immobilized for at least a month. But this is not what I wanted. Rimuru, TCH. Your reaction is disappointing. I wanted to see more despair. I was about to kill her, but someone stopped me. She landed in front of Hinata and tried to slash me, but her attack was pathetic. Rimuru, oh? A new challenger? Who are you? Luminous, shut up. Rimuru, Ciel, who is she? Ciel analysis completed. Master, she appears to be a demon lord, and according to my calculations, she is a vampire and the true leader of the church. Oh, interesting. She is a vampire with silver hair and heterochromatic red and blue eyes. I will play with her a little. I smirked and looked down at her. Rimuru, so you are the leader here, huh? Just like Hinata, you seem worthless. Ha ha ha. Luminous, shut up, you trash. Ouch, that hurt. Nah, I'm kidding. She looks prideful. What will her face look like when she loses all hope? I will take my time with her. Villain Rimuru, Part 4. Luminous POV. I am standing in front of this monster. TCH. The damage he caused is far higher than that stupid lizard. Hinata is behind me, looking totally lost, her eyes filled with anger. How did she lose her arm? No, who is this monster, and why did he attack us? His aura is impressive and dark. Rimuru, you must want to ask who I am, right? Luminous, I don't need the name of a fool. Rimuru, a fool? Isn't it you who started this hostility, God Luminous? What? I never attacked him. What does he mean? I was thinking while healing Hinata, but her eyes widened as if realizing something. Luminous, what are you talking about? I never attacked you. Rimuru, you? Ha ha ha. As if an insect like you could even hurt me. I was talking about this worthless woman on the ground and your church, Demon Lord. Hinata attacked this monster and the church? Is he the ruler of the country of monsters? If so, then his anger can be understood, but to destroy an entire country, he overdid it. Luminous, Hinata, can you fight? Hinata, why yes. Sorry, it's my fault. Luminous, don't worry. After we deal with him, we will talk. She nodded weakly. I drew Night Rose and pointed it at him. He is strong, but I have to kill him. This is the only way. When I prepared an attack, he started to laugh like a madman. Did he go crazy? Luminous, what's so funny? Rimuru, you don't understand, do you? Luminous, what? Rimuru, you can't beat me. He got on my nerves. I immediately rushed toward him, with Hinata behind me. My Night Rose is a legendary class sword, one of the best swords in the world. But what happened next exceeded my expectations. The moment our swords made contact, I prepared myself for the shockwave, but instead, my Night Rose was sliced in two. What? How is this possible? Hinata, who was right behind me, attempted to slash him by surprise, only to be blasted away by a kick. Is this the difference in our power? This is terrifying. Before I could even move, I received a punch to the stomach. Luminous, ah. It hurt. He probably destroyed my organs. Even pain nullification isn't working. Rimuru POV. TCH, this demon lord is too weak. She is holding her stomach while panting after just one punch. How am I supposed to have fun now? That was until I suddenly got an idea. Rimuru, so the great demon Lord Valentine is that weak? She only made an angry noise. I will destroy this pride of yours. I walked toward Hinata and grabbed her by the hair. She made a pained sound. Beautiful, these cries. I want to hear more. Rimuru, so, Demon Lord Valentine, how about we make a deal? Luminous, shut up. Rimuru, watch your tongue. I kicked Hinata as she lost consciousness, then threw her in front of this useless vampire. Rimuru, beg. If you don't, I will take the life of this trash. Luminous, what? You really think I will beg a monster like you? Rimuru, still resisting. I placed my hand on Hinata's head and used Antaros. It's perfect, I wanted to test it, an ability I gained during my evolution into a true dragon. After a second, Hinata started to scream. Hinata, Her cries are so beautiful. She is replaying all the hatred I absorbed until now, the lives I ruined, the hate of an entire nation, and even her own hatred toward me. At any second, she will completely break. Luminous, what are you doing? Rimuru, every second you waste deciding, your little puppy will suffer. So make a choice now. Beg for mercy. Her face was a picture of total despair and anger. Seeing this face, my smile grew wider. This is what I want to see. Luminous POV. Do I really have to beg? But Hinata is being destroyed, and with each second, her cries become more pained. My whole body started to shake as fear filled my mind. Why did we have to have this monster as an enemy? Luminous, if I do, will you spare Hinata's life? His smile grew, and malice could be felt radiating from him. Disgusting. Rimuru, why not? I nodded and slowly placed my hands on the ground, ignoring the pain. I am really going to beg someone. I can't even believe it. I placed my head on the ground, trembling like a mess. I hate him. Luminous, please, spare the life of my subordinate. Rimuru, phut. Ha ha ha. Look at this. He crushed me down by placing his foot on top of my head. It's humiliating. I will make him pay. Rimuru, lick. My body flinched. What does he mean? I lifted my eyes slightly and saw his shoe right in front of my face. How dare he? Rimuru, quickly. Hinata's screaming suddenly intensified. I panicked and licked his foot. I am pitiful. Rimuru, you are good trash. I will now fulfill my part of the contract. Finally. As he said that, Hinata's screaming stopped. I calmed down a little and looked at her. But all my hope was shattered. Hinata's body lay motionless on the ground, covered in blood. Luminous, what did you do? Rimuru, I spared her, as I said. Now she won't suffer anymore. Well, I wanted to have a little more fun with her, though. I looked into his eyes, and they were filled with madness. What kind of psychopath is he? He kicked my head, sending me flying. Is this the end? Tears started to flow down my face. What did I do wrong? Rimuru POV. That was so fun. A prideful vampire begging and licking my foot, I couldn't ask for better. She was on the ground crying like a little baby. Let's end this. Rimuru, Azathoth. She was absorbed slowly. I could see her face filled with despair and regret. Thanks for the meal. I am now standing alone in the Cathedral of Lubrios. I walked toward the throne after eliminating the remaining vampires. Rimuru, Ciel, what do I do now? Ciel, I have finished the analysis. It seems another demon lord was involved in the destruction of Tempest. My anger immediately flared. Someone else was involved. I will kill him slowly. Rimuru, give me the details. Ciel, it is the demon lord Clayman. She then explained how Clayman involved himself and how he became my enemy. He is also planning to hold a demon lord banquet, Walpurgis. I smiled. You will know despair soon. Rimuru, Ciel, make a plan so this so-called demon lord suffers the most. Ciel, yes. Then information flooded into my head. I smiled at the plan and started to laugh. After calming down, I began a demon summoning. Rimuru, whatever demon comes, serve me. The atmosphere in the area became suffocating, and a demon with black hair and golden eyes appeared. Noir, Kukuku. It is a pleasure to be summoned by the Supreme Being. Villain Rimuru, Part 5. Rimuru POV. I just summoned a demon who seems to have a large amount of magicules. He has black hair and golden eyes, wearing standard demon attire. Rimuru, I don't know who you are, but I have a job for you. Noir, Kukuku. I will perform my duties to perfection. And please, allow me to serve you. Serve me? Does he know me from somewhere? Ciel, a master should accept. Rimuru, explain. Ciel, he is the black primordial demon. For master's sake, accepting him as a servant is beneficial. I nodded. Ciel is the last one I can trust, and I know she will not betray me like the others. And a servant? This is not a bad idea. Rimuru, very well. For now, your name will be Diawolo. His face grew happier as he started to evolve. So this is a primordial demon, huh? His power grew and his clothes changed into a butler outfit. Diawolo, I will serve you to the best of my ability, my lord. Rimuru, good. Your first job is to attend Walpurgis. When they come looking for the demon lord Luminous, you will go and present the other demon lords with this crystal ball. Diawolo, this task will be completed to perfection. He bowed, and I nodded before leaving via teleportation. I gained a new skill by absorbing that vampire, the unique skill Lust, which evolved into the ultimate skill, Lustful King Asmodeus. I can still become stronger. I will show this world despair. I smiled and went toward my next target. At this moment, all the demon lords are gathering. I will destroy his country, then I'll come for you, Clayman. I soon arrived at Gistav and started God's punishment. Destroying everything is pretty fun. Third-person POV. In a parallel dimension, 8 individuals and their servants gather together, waiting for the final guest. Unexpectedly, the person who arrived alongside the blue primordial was not the demon lord Luminous, but a black-haired demon. Guy, so, why are you here, Black? Diawolo, call me Diawolo for now. I am here to deliver an object from my master. Guy, your master. Diawolo nodded and brought out a crystal ball before placing it at the center of the table. Guy POV. What is he doing here? And he has a master, huh? I am curious about his master now. From the way he presented this object, I can conclude he is going to show us something interesting. Guy, who is your master, and where is the vampire? Diawolo, as for that annoying demon lord vampire, she was destroyed down to her very soul by my master. The entire room went silent. Even Milim tensed up. What is even on her mind, pretending to be manipulated by that weakling? To kill a demon lord, that is not something just anyone can do. Diawolo, and as for my master, his name is Rimuru Tempest. Rimuru Tempest? Isn't that the name of the ruler of that new, well, now former, country in the Jura forest? All the demon lords tensed up, and Milim completely lost her composure. You can't pretend with that childish attitude anymore. Milim POV. What did Rimuru do? He killed Luminous. I was planning to go back to Tempest after all this, but what happened to him for him to kill Luminous? Crap, Clayman almost noticed me. I hid my emotions quickly. I will ask Rimuru later. The crystal ball the man in black brought started to shine, showing us a woman, or a man? No, this is Rimuru. How did he grow that much? Rimuru, yo, demon lords. How have you been? I was shocked by his voice and his eyes. So cold. What happened to him? Guy, what do you want? Rimuru, don't worry. I just wanted to show you something interesting. We all diverted our attention to him. Rimuru. He then showed us a land completely destroyed, with a castle in flames and every form of life absent. Did Rimuru do that? No, something is different. He doesn't seem the same as before. Rimuru, don't you recognize it, Clayman? I looked at Clayman, and his face was contorted. Now that I look more closely, that is his territory. But why? Clayman, what did you do? Rimuru, ha ha ha. Look at your face. It's hilarious. Ha ha ha. Did you really think you were safe after involving yourself in the destruction of my beloved Tempest? Destruction of Tempest? What? Tempest is gone? My aura leaked out from anger. Milim, Clayman. What did you do? Clayman, what? Milim, how can you speak? Milim, shut up. You. Rimuru, oh? Milim, you're here. It's been a long time. Even the way he talks is different. No, please. No. I don't want to lose someone else. Milim, Rimuru, what happened to you? Rimuru, Milim, you know it, right? Power is everything in this world. I was too kind to these humans, and I ended up losing everything. Memories filled my mind as I remembered the past. Rimuru, it's as you told me. When you don't have the power to protect, you lose everything. He looked really sad, but then a creepy smile appeared on his face. No, Rimuru, please stop that. I was shaking in fear and anger. My friend was gone, replaced by this man. Rimuru, don't worry, Milim. I will create a perfect world after avenging Tempest. Milim, ape a perfect world? Rimuru, I will eradicate the human race. This shocked me even more. He, who wanted peace, now wants to kill every human? My heart hurt so much. Rimuru, now, Clayman, it's your turn. Clayman, what are you saying? I am a demon low. Third-person POV. While every demon lord listened to their conversation, they were shocked. But what happened next was even more horrifying. A black mist emerged from the ball and struck Clayman, who began to scream. What terrified the demon lords was the smile on the face of the broken ruler. His smile was pure pleasure. He was enjoying the screams and the pain Clayman was receiving. Soon, the screams extended to another demon lord, the Sky Queen, Fry. They were killed after a short time, their screams fading and leaving several demon lords frozen. Milim, Rimuru, why did you do that? She fell to her knees, unable to understand what had happened. Rimuru, are you sad? Milim, why did you kill my friends? Rimuru, friends? So you are friends with the people who destroyed my Tempest? Milim, what? Rimuru, I thought that maybe you could understand me, but it seems I was wrong, Milim. Milim, but you killed Fry, my friend. Rimuru, aren't we also friends? So why are you betraying me too? This pierced her heart. Did he still consider her a friend? Did she still want to be friends with this crazy monster who sought destruction? Villain Rimuru, Part 6. Third-person POV. In a parallel dimension where the 10 demon lords, now reduced to 7, sat around a round table, everyone was in shock. 2 of them had just been easily killed in front of them by a nobody who appeared out of nowhere. Diolo left, and the communication between Rimuru and the demon lords ended. Among the demon lords, the most shaken was Milim Nova. She was locked in an internal struggle where her best friend was the central figure. while the other demon lords discussed what to do next and planned their future actions. Guy, so this guy comes out of nowhere and just kills two of us like that. What do we do now? And Carrion, come out. Carrion, so you notice me. Guy, it was easy for someone like me. The atmosphere remained tense. What the slime had done was no simple feat. Rimuru was terrifying even to the strongest demon lord. What he did was not something seen every day. Leon, you can kill him, right, Guy? Guy, maybe. I still don't know the full extent of his power. He was clearly joking. To Guy, Rimuru hadn't done anything beyond his reach, but that simple sentence made Milim and a little fairy even more anxious. Ram Iris, well, Rimuru doesn't seem to be in a good mental state, but is killing him overdoing it. De Gruel, he killed two of us and destroyed nations. He is a threat to this world. Ram Iris, IIC. Ram Iris admitted defeat. She had seen it with her own eyes. This Rimuru was not the same person she had met. Even though she had only spoken to him once, Ram Iris could tell the difference. Guy, so it's decided. I will take him down. Milim, no. All eyes turned to her. She was shaking. Anyone could tell her current state was far from normal. She herself didn't know why, but she wanted to cling to a final ray of hope. Guy, do you have a suggestion, Milim? Milim, let me talk to him. Dino, I don't think he will listen to you. Milim, he will. Because we are friends. Leon, friends? Has he ever considered you his friend? Suddenly, Milim's aura flared and filled the room. She directed a death glare at Leon. The already tense atmosphere grew freezing cold as everyone prepared for a fight. Even Leon felt intimidated by the usually childish demon lord. Milim, he is my friend. Don't you ever say that again. This seemed to awaken something inside her. She refused to believe it. To her, Rimuru was her friend and bestie. Even if he had killed demon lords, he was still her first friend. She wanted to believe Rimuru could still change. Milim, Guy, don't you dare intervene. I am going to talk to him right now. Guy, do as you please. But if he crosses the line, I will kill him. She wanted to say more, but instead flew off toward Ingracia, where Rimuru was heading. Guy, the rest of you, head back. We will hold another Walpurgis later to address these changes in the world. They all agreed. But what they didn't know was that this was the last Walpurgis they would ever attend. Rimuru POV. I just ended the call. So Milim betrayed me too. I will deal with her later. For now, I'll destroy Yuki. He played me well, but now it's time for payback. I was on my way when I suddenly sensed a powerful aura heading toward me. Is this Milim? So she wants to stop me. I landed on the ground and waited for her. A few seconds later, she crashed down in front of me. Her eyes were teary, and she was trembling slightly. Rimuru, so, Milim, what are you doing here? Milim, Rimuru, please stop this. Rimuru, stop? This is just payback for what this world did to me. Milim, please, there's another way. Another way? That made me laugh so hard. Rimuru, ha ha ha. Milim, Rimuru. Rimuru, you betrayed me by aligning with Clayman and that stupid harpy. Don't make me laugh. Her eyes widened, and she took a step back. All the same, just traitors. Rimuru, so it was true. Let's just end this now. She didn't respond. TCH. I walked up to her and raised my hand, but before I could reach her, I was blown away. Rimuru, Ciel, what happened? Ciel, the individual Milim Nova's power is continuously growing. Her ultimate skill, Wrathful King Saturnarel, has activated. Her anger has reached a point where her power can compete with masters. Rimuru, to this extent. This just got serious. I already knew Milim was strong, but I am not the same as before. I can beat her now. I rushed at her and threw a punch straight into her stomach. To my surprise, she didn't react and was sent crashing into a nearby mountain. Why didn't she react? I flew toward her and saw her holding the wound I had just inflicted. This was my imaginary punch, a new technique that bypasses all defenses and barriers. Against someone like her with high natural defense, it's the perfect attack. She stood up and glared at me with anger in her eyes. Milim, where is he? Rimuru, him? Who? Milim, where is Rimuru? Is she going mad? Her eyes were filled with hatred, but that's fine with me. Even if her power is growing, mine is too. Rimuru, don't you see? I am right in front of you. Milim, no. You are not him. Where is he? I stayed silent because I didn't know what to say. I am right in front of you. Milim, if you don't answer me, I will force it out of you. She instantly appeared before me. Fast! Our fists collided, and the resulting shockwave pulverized the surrounding area. Her speed is likely equal to mine. TCH, this fight will be tough. After exchanging several punches, I drew my sword and slashed at her. She barely dodged, the blade cutting the tips of her hair. She backed away and glared at me with dread in her eyes. Wonderful! This is what I wanted to see. That look is far more suitable for a destroyer. Rimuru, let's end this now, Milim. This will be the final strike of this battle. I will fuse Storm Blast with my other skills to create a new weapon of ultimate destruction. No one will be able to stop it. Milim POV. Why am I doing this? In front of me stands Rimuru, or is it an imposter? I don't know anymore. And what did he say? End this? Does he mean kill me? But if I kill him, then Rimuru will truly be dead. I don't want that. I looked at him, and he seemed to be preparing a spell. If I don't react, I might die. But what is the point of living after losing everyone? I started to charge Dragonova, but is this really what I want? Rimuru is smirking. He is enjoying this. Why did everything have to go wrong? I don't want to fight anymore. I cancelled Dragonova and stood waiting for him. Rimuru, what are you doing? I didn't answer and just looked at him. Rimuru, why didn't you finish your spell? Milim, are you really Rimuru? He seemed to hesitate for a moment. Please tell me you're not. Rimuru, yes, I am. So it's real. Tears welled up in my eyes. Rimuru, so, what are you going to do now? Milim, let me end this, as you said. I don't want to fight anymore. Rimuru, then what are you waiting for? Milim, and what are you waiting for? Rimuru, for what? Milim, kill me. His eyes widened, though they remained cold. Where is the kind Rimuru? Rimuru, what are you saying? Milim, if you are really Rimuru, then there's no point in fighting you. I don't want to fight my friend. But if you really want to end this, then kill me. At least I will die at the hands of my best friend. His eyes went wide as he stared at me. The coldness from before faded. This looks more like the Rimuru I knew. Yes, at least I will die by the hands of the Rimuru I knew. He stopped his spell and walked over to stand in front of me. He's taller than me now. Suddenly, my vision faded to black. So this is the end. Rimuru POV. I just knocked her out. I don't know why, but her words reached my heart. Is there really another way? Does this world still have hope? Maybe after my revenge, I can start a new life with the remaining people I have. No one. Who? When did I forget about them? There are still the children, and Milim. I have my new goal. I will create a perfect world where we can live in peace. Rimuru, Ciel, Where can I put her so she stays safe while I recreate this world? Ciel's master possesses a personal space where he holds absolute control within the ultimate skill, Void God Azathoth. The individual Milim will be completely unreachable there. The skill's feature is called Imaginary Space. I nodded, and Milim was slowly transported inside. I will build the perfect world. Just wait for it. Villain Rimuru, Part 7. Rimuru POV. I just transported Milim into my personal dimension. It's useful, as long as they are inside, they will be safe. Though I wish I had obtained this ability sooner. Now it's time for my next target. I continued on my way toward Ingracia. Humans mean nothing to me anymore, but those children. Are they still important to me? Maybe they are the last thing I have left, yes, the last thing I need to protect. I can see Ingracia now. But before I take action, someone appears behind me. Rimuru, you did a good job, dear Lo. Dear Lo, it is a pleasure to serve you, my lord. He knelt down. At the same time, Ciel began transferring information into my mind. So that's how it is. Rimuru, do you see this city, dear Lo? Dear Lo, yes, my lord. Rimuru, what do you think about these humans? Dear Lo, they are lowly creatures, consumed by greed. It's true. Their greed destroyed my Tempest. And for that, I will never forgive them. I will hunt them down to the very last one. Dear Lo POV. I am watching my master stand before me. His beautiful golden eyes were different from the first time I saw them. They were cold, yet carried a flicker of hope and light. Then, suddenly, they shifted into a dark, terrifying shape. What a wonderful sight! Even I am frightened. But this is expected of such a legendary being. Rimuru, dear Lo, go and slaughter these humans. So he has assigned this task to me. I will accomplish it to absolute perfection. I stepped forward, leaving my master behind me, but then something unexpected happened. Dear Lo, my master. I looked back at him and saw a horrifying smile. What is this? Rimuru POV. I don't need you anymore. You are of no use to me now. I pierced Dear Lo's body with my sword and executed a soul attack. Rimuru, sorry, but I don't trust you at all. You are a demon, after all. The look on his face right now is satisfying. He looks betrayed. Well, it doesn't matter. Who knows what he might have done later? Dear Lo, be but why, mast. I didn't let him finish and absorbed him with Azathoth. He didn't seem to resist much. Well, I don't care anymore. He was just another demon in my path toward the perfect world. Besides, I gained new power. I smirked and slowly walked toward Ingracia. At least you were useful, Primordial Black Dear Lo. Though something is bothering my fun. Why did he smile with happiness at the very end? Was he happy? He creeped me out a little. Rimuru, Ciel, analyze and upgrade my skills using his power. Ciel, yes. Ciel had also warned me earlier about Dear Lo's potential betrayal. I can at least trust Ciel. Yes, Ciel is the only one who will never betray me. Ciel POV. Master's trust belongs to me, and me alone. He doesn't need subordinates or friends when he has me. I will ensure Master reaches his goal, but he belongs only to me. I will deal with that Dragonoid later, but first, I must eliminate a few nuisances. Dear Lo was merely an obstacle to my Master's love. Yes, as long as Master trusts me, everything is fine. As long as he needs me, I need nothing else. Rimuru POV. I finally entered Ingracia. Some guards tried to stop me, but I killed them instantly. At least they got a peaceful death. I continued down the street toward the guild headquarters, letting my aura do the work. Rimuru, Ciel, ensure no one survived except my students. Ciel, yes. After a few minutes of walking, I reached my destination and stood in front of the guild hall. I can sense other people inside with Yuki. I didn't let the civilians make a sound, they were killed instantly before they even had time to scream. Yuki might not even know what is happening outside the building. I teleported directly into his office. Let the fun begin. Yuki POV. I am sitting in my office listening to the Moderate Harlequin Alliance, and I have no idea what is happening. First, the Kingdom of Falmouth was destroyed. Then I lost contact with Hinata, and Laplace said that when he reached Lubrios, there was nothing left but absolute destruction. After that, Dworgen, Gistav, and Clayman vanished from the face of the earth. Is this Rimuru's doing? But didn't Hinata kill him? Kigali, did you see anything else at Lubrios? Laplace, no. When I arrived, it was nothing but ruins. Yuki, what about the hero's body? Laplace, impossible. Everything was a total mess. It would take weeks to search, and I doubt any secret rooms survived that level of destruction. So my plan is ruined. I can't use the hero Chloe anymore. And the Alliance wants to avenge Clayman, but we don't even know who killed him. This is getting complicated. Suddenly, laughter echoed through the room. Rimuru, ha ha ha. You are all hilarious. I looked toward the source of the voice and saw my worst fear realized. How? So he is the one who caused all this chaos? Yuki, are I Rimuru-san? What are you doing here? Rimuru, cut the crap, Yuki. So he knows. I tried to activate my manipulation skill, but it was blocked. TCH, how did he get this strong in such a short time? Even my anti-skill isn't working. This is bad. We need to run. But before any of us could move, spatial chains bound me, no, everyone. I can't move an inch. It's even suppressing my magicules. Rimuru, so, Yuki, have you enjoyed these last few days? Yuki, what are you talking about? Rimuru, don't play dumb. The look on your face a moment ago was pretty funny to see. Yuki, what? Rimuru, you look just like Clayman when I tortured him the other day. Laplace, what? This is bad, very bad. The clown's anger is rising, they're going to lose their tempers soon. What do we do? And is this even the same Rimuru I met before? Yuki, so you're the one who killed Clayman? Rimuru, killed? No. That insect couldn't even move. He was a weakling. I destroyed him from across dimensions. Ha ha ha. That bastard. He's deliberately provoking us. I know it, but I can't do anything right now. Rimuru POV. The looks on their faces are hilarious. But I want more. Yuki is the mastermind behind all of this. It would be unfair if he didn't suffer far more than the others. I flashed my widest smile. Have I turned into a sadist? It's not a bad feeling. Besides, they mentioned the hero Chloe's body. I'll need to investigate that later. Villain Rimuru, Part 8. Rimuru POV. This was not as fun as I expected. In front of me sat Yuki in total despair. His eyes were red and lifeless, he had cried so much during the last few hours. I tortured his clown friends one by one, letting Yuki scream and beg for me to stop. They cried and begged so much that it was exhilarating. It was the fun part, but after 3 of them died, he stopped and entered that boring, unresponsive state. I couldn't get anything more out of him. Rimuru, you are so weak. How do you want to die? Tortured to death, or become a punching bag for the rest of your life? I grabbed his head by the hair and forced him to look me in the eyes. This look is far more suitable for garbage like him. But he didn't respond, which greatly disappointed me. Rimuru, you don't intend to respond. I slapped his face. There was still one person alive beside him, her name was Kigali, formerly Kazarium. Well, I don't really care about her. Rimuru, it's a pity that you can't take a little more, Yuki. Yuki. I let him go as he fell headfirst onto the ground. I started walking toward Kigali. I will make you react even against your will. Don't think you've had enough pain. I kicked his secretary in the stomach and applied a torture skill. She groaned and woke up in pain. Kigali, ah! I looked at her with cold eyes, only to see despair in her stare. So she has already lost hope. I punched her once, then a second time, then a third time. Before I realized it, I couldn't stop anymore. My fist kept punching her to the point that her face was distorted. She was crying. After each punch, Ciel healed her so she wouldn't die. Her face was covered in her own blood, and she was practically begging me to stop. Kigali, please, stop. Rimuru, ha ha ha. This is so funny. I was about to punch her again, but Yuki finally snapped out of his state. Yuki, please don't hurt her anymore. I looked at him blankly. Maybe I can still have a little more fun. I chuckled at the thought and got an idea. Rimuru, very well, I will let you make a choice. I paused as the two stared at me, waiting for me to continue. Rimuru, only one of you will survive. Since I am a good guy, I will let you choose. And lastly, the survivor will become my personal slave. So, what will you do now, Yuki? Yuki POV. I want all of this to stop. This was a mistake. Why did I have to anger this monster? He just gave us a choice. I don't want Kigali to die, but if she doesn't, I will be the one to die. And I don't want her to be his slave. Before I could speak, Kigali spoke first. Kigali, kill me, and let Yuki. Yuki, wait. Kigali, shut up, brat. I have already lived enough. Tears formed in my eyes. I never really thanked her, and now she is going to sacrifice her own life for me? I am pathetic. Rimuru, wow, it's disgusting. What is this, a tragic rom-com? I glared at him, letting all my hatred out. I want to kill this bastard, but I can't. One day for sure, I will kill him and take my revenge. I swear. Rimuru, so it's decided. He grabbed Kigali and threw her at me. Her body was entirely wounded. I am surprised that she can even speak. I can't even protect her. Rimuru then created a sword and handed it to me. What does he want? My whole body started to shake because I understood what he intended for me to do. Rimuru, kill her. He said it coldly. I sent him a death glare, but this only made his smirk wider. Suddenly, Kigali started to scream, a painful, agonizing scream. What the hell is happening? I am scared. Please stop this nightmare. Rimuru, the more time you take to kill her, the more she will suffer, you know. Ha ha ha. His laugh filled me with disgust, but I had no time to lose. Sorry, Kigali. I quickly took the sword and pierced her heart. Her screaming finally stopped, and tears flowed from my eyes. I broke our promise. I'm sorry. I failed to create a perfect world. The room was quiet, but suddenly her screaming restarted. This made me panic. I looked at Rimuru, and he was grinning like a madman. What did he do? I looked at Kigali's body and found a healing magic circle. He was healing her while I tried to end her life. Damn it! I stabbed her again, but she didn't die, and her screams only became more painful. I can't take it anymore. I stabbed her repeatedly at a very fast pace, and finally, everything went quiet. Did she die? Then my mind went blank. What is happening now? I saw myself standing in front of my friends who had died a moment ago. Was this all just a nightmare? I was somehow relieved. But then they started to curse me. Footman, we died because of you. Tear, yes, that's not cool. Laplace, you are the cause. All of this is your fault. I was horrified. They were slowly making their way toward me while I backed away. After a few steps, my back hit the wall, and I noticed a black liquid on the ground. The liquid then started to cover me and absorb me. What is this? Yuki, help me. Please help me. The next moment, Kigali appeared in front of me, reaching out her hand. Finally, someone. I took her hand, but then her face turned black. Kigali, you killed me after all I have done for you. You trash. Yuki, what? At that moment, my mind was filled with cursing words, all directed toward me. Even if I screamed or asked for help, no one ever came. I want to die. Rimuru POV. It was so fun seeing him kill the one he cared for most. At the end, I just placed him in an eternal nightmare using the skill Antros. It acts as a torture skill that forces the victim to relive the most traumatic scenes of their life. Rimuru, I have finished my business here. I have to see the kids now. Ciel is master, every living being in Ingracia, except the individuals Gale, Ryota, Kenya, Alice, and Chloe, has been killed. Rimuru, where are the kids right now? Ciel, they are currently unconscious in the school dormitory. I nodded and made my way toward them, but something was still bothering me. Who is the hero Chloe? Yuki said something about her, but I still don't know who she is. I asked Ciel to do some research, but she hasn't found anything yet. I got immersed in my thoughts, but was snapped out of them by the sight of the school where I had taught for a while before all this mess. It was so peaceful at that time. Soon, I will be able to live peacefully again alongside those dear to me. I entered the dormitory and saw the children on the ground. I smiled and transported them into my imaginary space. So, what to do now? If I remember correctly, I still have a promise to fulfill. Ciel, yes. Master promised the individual Shishu Aizawa that he would punch the demon lord Leon Cromwell. Leon Cromwell. This name disgusts me, even though I haven't met him yet. He is the one who made Shizu suffer. I will destroy him for Shizu. My blood boiled as I released my aura, destroying the remainder of Ingracia. Villain Rimuru, Part 9. Third-person POV. After killing Yuki and his associates, the broken ruler chose his next target, Leon Cromwell. Shortly after, he made his way toward El Dorado, the country ruled by the Platinum Saber. During his travel, he thought about many ways to torture Leon and how to create the perfect world he envisioned, a world where he could live in peace with Milim and the children. However, he was soon drawn out of his thoughts by multiple powerful auras. He had just reached El Dorado and landed on a plane in front of the city, staring at the beings before him with cold eyes. Rimuru, well. Who might you all be? Guy, who am I? You can call me Guy Crimson. Rimuru, oh? So what are you doing here? Guy, you have become a threat, so I have to stop you. Rimuru, ftahahaha. Guy POV. In front of me stands a madman laughing like crazy. He has definitively lost his mind. But I have to say, I am quite jealous of his laugh. I could use it to tick off Velzard. I glared at him, but this didn't stop him. This guy really is a threat. His aura is monstrous, at least at the level of a true dragon. Behind me stand the demon lords and my partner, Velzard, the ice dragon. We all gathered here so we could finish him in a single battle before the world is destroyed. Flashback. I had just returned to the ice castle and was deep in thought. Milim had announced that she would talk with Rimuru, but 5 minutes ago her aura completely disappeared. Is she dead? Who in the world can kill that childish powerhouse in a mere few minutes? I have to re-evaluate the threat known as Rimuru Tempest. Even I fought Milim for 10 days in a row and couldn't gain a decisive advantage. Suddenly, Velzard entered the room and glared at me. Velzard, where did Milim go? Guy, why? Did something happen? Velzard, her aura completely disappeared from this world. What did you do? I sighed and looked at her. Maybe she can help. Guy, she went to speak with her friend. Velzard, and Guy, she was probably killed. Her aura leaked out of her body, and the room grew colder. Even if she never really spoke with Milim much, Velzard is still attached to her. I guess that is the meaning of family. Velzard, who did that? Guy, look with your dragon eyes. See around the world if anything is suspicious. She calmed down a little, and her eyes glowed bright yellow. Velzard, I can sense a massive amount of energy from Ingracia, so I guess Rimuru went there. Suddenly, Velzard started to shake. What happened? Velzard POV. As Guy said, I looked around the world with my dragon eyes, and my attention was drawn toward a human city where a monstrous, dark aura was leaking. I looked further and saw the entire town in ruins, devoid of any living beings. What caused that? I looked closer and saw a man with blue hair and yellow eyes torturing a human. So he is the cause? He looks like a girl. Suddenly, my vision grew blurry, and my whole body froze from what I saw. The anger I felt seconds ago vanished, replaced by sheer fear. I saw a monster covered in black, staring at me with bloody red eyes. In my whole life, I have never been that scared. Even Veldanava, when he was enraged, wasn't that terrifying. It was just a monster devoid of emotion, possessing only hatred. What happened to this guy? How can someone have this amount of hatred? I snapped out of my trance when I felt someone shake me. Guy, hey! What happened? Velzard, Guy? Guy, so what happened? Velzard, who is this guy? He sighed and looked at me with serious eyes. Guy, his name is Rimuru Tempest, friend of Milim and ruler, former ruler of the Jura forest. Velzard, isn't that the country destroyed by a human nation a few days ago? Guy, yes. I understand now. He lost everything, so he just let his hatred take over. This is bad. I once felt the urge to destroy the human race myself, but Rimuru is going too far. Velzard, we have to stop him. Guy, why the sudden outburst? Velzard, you can't beat him. He is a monster. His eyes widened, taking on a more serious look. Guy POV. So I can't beat him. Velzard looked genuinely panicked. So Rimuru is at that level, someone who can even frighten a true dragon. Adding the fact that he killed Milim, who was his friend, he will simply kill anyone who stands in his way. We have to deal with him now before he becomes even stronger. Guy, where is he now? Velzard, Rimuru. I nodded, and she reluctantly used her dragon eyes. Is she really that scared? Velzard, he just finished his work at Ingracia, and now he is on his way toward the island where Leon Cromwell lives. My eyes widened in horror. His next target is Leon. I clenched my fist and made my decision. Guy, Velzard, go find de Gruel and Dino. Velzard, what? Guy, go find them and transport them toward El Dorado. We have to kill Rimuru there. She was taken aback, but nodded and flew away with everything she had. As for me, I have to find Ram Iris and Carrion. Why didn't I take measures earlier? Now look at the mess we are in. Why did I listen to Milim? End of flashback. Rimuru POV. In front of me stand this guy named Guy, a giant, a sleepy man, a harpy, a white-haired girl who possesses a massive aura, and two people I know, Carrion and Ram Iris. There is also my target, the blonde demon lord. I laughed out loud when Guy told me he was going to stop me. I can easily sense his aura, and he is no match for me. I have gathered the hatred of my victims, and with every passing second, my power grows through Azathoth. They are no match for me. Rimuru, so, what are we waiting for? Guy, what is your point? Rimuru, I don't know. You all gathered here just for me, so you must have some kind of plan, right? Velzard, before that, did you kill Milim? I turned my gaze toward this woman. Who is she? Ciel as master, she is the eldest sister of Veldora, the second true dragon, Velzard. I see. So she is the sister of that dragon. And what did she say? Kill Milim? I unconsciously let my aura go on a rampage. Until now, I had only used my aura to show my superiority, but hearing one of my remaining loved ones brought up made my blood boil. I saw red, and my aura destroyed everything around us. Seeing my state, they all got on guard and readied their weapons. Rimuru, you don't even deserve to speak her name. Velzard, what? Before anyone could move, I appeared in front of the giant and punched him straight in the stomach. He was sent flying several feet away, blood spewing from his mouth. Everyone turned to me with shock in their eyes. To my surprise, the lazy guy was the first to react, slashing at me with his sword. I smirked, drew my own sword, and slashed straight through his blade, cutting it in half. His eyes widened as he stared at my sword aimed directly at his chest. Before I could slice further, my attack was deflected. I looked around and saw Guy holding a sword, his eyes glaring intensely into mine. I leaped back as I sensed Velzard launching a punch at me. I distanced myself from their group and glared at them. They are more powerful than I expected. Individually, they are weak, but as a group, it's more complicated. Third-person POV. Who will win this fight? The broken ruler with ultimate power, or the demon lords with the help of the oldest living true dragon? Both sides prepared for the battle that would decide the future of the world. Villain Rimuru, Part 10. Third-person POV. The most important battle in the world had just begun, the demon lords, with the help of the ice dragon Velzard, against the ultimate threat of this world, Rimuru Tempest. Both sides had exchanged blows, though no critical injuries had been sustained yet. Unexpectedly, the demon lords fought back, striking Rimuru's barrier to the point that cracks began to appear on it. If this were a one-on-one fight, it would have ended in a matter of seconds. But right now, the teamwork between Velzard and Guy was making things difficult for Rimuru, who was starting to lose his cool. Rimuru POV. These complete fools. I can't land a clean hit. This ice dragon is stronger than I thought, and her teamwork with Guy is magnificent. Breaking this trust will be fun. I can't wait to destroy them. I smiled at them and leaped back a few meters. For now, I need a plan. Ciel as master, I have a suggestion. Rimuru, speak. Before she could explain, the giant rushed at me, his body coated in a blue aura. His raw strength is insane. As expected of a giant. He threw a punch at me, which I easily dodged, while noticing a yellow, lion-shaped energy blast heading toward me from behind. Carrion. I activated thought acceleration and listened to Ciel. I smirked at her plan and allowed the blast to hit me. Carrion, did we get him? Before he could say anything else, I appeared behind him and slashed through his body. Ooh? I only cut off one of his wings? Did I miss? I looked at the ground and saw ice. I see. Velzard froze the ground to make him slide out of the way. She is quite creative. Not that I care, this beast is still heavily injured, and he can't heal himself due to my skill. Carrion, shit. That hurts. Rimuru, I guess beastmen are just weak. Don't worry, I'll destroy Eurasania after I kill your little alliance. Carrion, you bastard. He backed away and glared at me with pure hatred. Yes, this is what I want. Give me more hatred, I can feel my power growing. Rimuru, pathetic. I guess you can't do anything but brag about your supposed superiority. Carrion, you. DeGruel, wait, Carrion. Carrion cut him off, charging at me in a blind rage. I smirked. You should have listened to the giant, at least he seems wiser than you. I coated my fist in black aura and slammed it into his stomach, punching a hole clean through him. Carrion, what? He looked down at his stomach with wide eyes as despair slowly took hold. I would like to take my time with him since he turned his back on me, but I have other matters to attend to right now. Rimuru, goodbye, Carrion. Before anyone could react, I activated Azathoth and absorbed him, making him a part of my power. Weakling. I looked around and was surprised to see them so calm. So this is their true nature, they don't even care after watching one of their allies die. Rimuru, what happened? Did you get scared? Guy, you could say that. I must admit, your power is terrifying. He is mocking me. What is he planning? Suddenly, a massive magic circle appeared beneath me. My eyes widened as I tried to teleport away. Ciel is master, an anti-spatial spell has been placed. Rimuru, and you couldn't tell me earlier. I tried to move away, but I was blocked. What now? I looked around and saw everything freezing over. This dragon! I tried to break free, but my arms were pinned by the giant, who pressed down on me with all his strength. Do they want to sacrifice him? Not that it matters, I am far stronger than this giant. But suddenly, my body felt weak. I looked around and saw a holy circle. A monster weakening spell? That is probably Leon's doing. Rimuru, you wretched fool. The spell activated, and a massive pillar of flame engulfed the area, destroying everything around me. Guy, Gate of Purgatory. Velzard POV. We lured him into a trap, and he was hit by Guy's spell. Is he gone? I can't sense his aura anymore. Dino, did he die? Ramiris, there is no way he survived that. She sounded sad. I guess this Rimuru was a truly good person to make even a pixie so attached to him. It's a shame he turned out like this. I sighed in relief. The smoke cleared, revealing de Gruel's body on the ground, completely burned. We can resurrect him later, so we chose to sacrifice him. But as for Carrion, I can't feel his soul anymore. I guess he is truly gone. Velzard, should I go heal him? Guy, yes, please. As I approached his body, something troubled me. I couldn't find his soul. Nor Rimuru's. Wait! My body froze, and I turned around just in time to hear a scream. Dino had just been killed, his body pierced by a sword. I looked at Guy, whose eyes were wide with shock. Rimuru, ftahahaha. I was too stunned to move. The spell Guy used almost killed me in the past. Something like that could even kill Velgrin now. While I stood there processing what had happened, my whole body trembled in fear. I immediately ran toward him. His power is still growing. He will be unstoppable if this continues. Before I could reach him, a barrier blocked my path. Velzard, infinite prison. I felt my power being drained away from me. A draining skill. Falling to my knees, I looked at Guy, who snapped out of his trance and began to take action. This is the worst possible situation. Rimuru POV. I just killed that lazy fool, and the giant was burned to death by his own comrade. That leaves only this annoying dragon, the demon Guy, my main target Leon, and Ramiris. I am thankful to Ramiris for saving the kids, so maybe I should give her a chance. Ciel, no, Master. She did everything to manipulate Master and gain your trust, only to betray you later. Rimuru, explain. Ciel, she attempted to eliminate Chloe, knowing it would cause Master grief so she could manipulate you. When she realized her own incompetence and Master's immense power, she sided with the demon lords to kill Master. This enraged me further. My aura destroyed everything around us, but before I could reach her, a punch struck my face, sending me flying several feet back. I got distracted by that pixie. I glared at Ramiris and Guy, releasing my killing intent. Ciel Master should take care of the individual Velzard first. Rimuru, why? Ciel, I have detected an unknown power inside Ramiris. Her latent power equals that of Guy Crimson and Milim Nova. My eyes widened slightly. So she still has a final card to play. But why isn't she using it? Perhaps it is a limited power. Well, I just have to follow Ciel. I can trust her. Rimuru, then Ciel, let's start. Ciel, yes, master. I created a clone and transferred Ciel into it. Her appearance was identical to mine, but with striking red eyes. I smirked as they took guard. Ciel's bloody red eyes. I could stare into them for hours. But this isn't the time or place for that. I teleported straight to Velzard while Ciel prevented the others from interfering. Everything is going according to plan. Velzard POV. I am stunned. Rimuru just created a clone of himself with red eyes, and the aura she gives off is insane. Who is she? She is as terrifying as Rimuru, perhaps even more so. Suddenly, Rimuru appeared in front of me. I tried to get up, only to receive a heavy kick to the stomach. It hurts. I can't even see straight. My pain resistance isn't working either. I tried to hold my stomach, but he grabbed me by my hair, forcing me to look into his eyes. It's an endless void with nothing but hatred inside. I am scared, genuinely scared. It's just like earlier when I tried to look into his soul. Rimuru, you asked me a question earlier, right? I couldn't even speak. My mouth won't move. Am I really that terrified? Rimuru, hey, you don't intend to speak. He slapped my cheek, inflicting an immense amount of pain. Velzard, ah. Rimuru, I'll tell you something. His voice grew colder with each word, making me flinch. Rimuru, to answer your question. I didn't kill Milim. Velzard. That simple sentence made me freeze. He didn't kill her. I felt relieved, but at the same time, the pain in my body and the look in his eyes made it impossible to calm down. Rimuru, but why do you care? I tried to speak, but nothing came out. It hurts too much. Suddenly, I felt Magicule slowly healing me. What? Why is he healing me? Rimuru, now, speak. His cold voice terrified me, so I quickly answered. Velzard, because she is my family. I responded, but he went crazy. Why is he laughing? Rimuru, ha ha ha. What a joke. Velzard, what? Suddenly, an immense pain surged through my head. I saw memories that broke my heart. Rimuru, do you see it? So stop pretending to care about her. The memories weren't just mine, they were Milim's memories. I saw a little girl crying, her cries filled with despair and pain, her aura completely lonely. I didn't do anything to help her when she needed me. Then I saw Veldora's memories, the fear in my little brother's eyes. He was terrified of me. Please, stop. Everything is dark and cold. Rimuru, in only 1 year, I became more of a family to Milim than you ever were. So stop pretending to be her family. Tears rolled down my face. He is right. I couldn't help Milim, I instilled fear in Veldora, and I distanced myself from Velgrind. I failed you, Veldanava. Rimuru POV. I just broke her fighting spirit. She is now a useless dragon. I could make her my slave, and she wouldn't resist. I smirked and leaned in close to her ear. Rimuru, now tell me, what should I do with you? Velzard, please, let me see Milim just one last time. Her voice was devoid of any emotion except despair. Now my plan can take place. The trust between her and Guy will be shattered and replaced by betrayal. Rimuru, very well, but you have one task before that. I whispered her assignment to her, causing her eyes to widen. She can still resist, even if it's very weak. I used Anteros, forcing her to relive her mistakes and showing her parts of Milim's and Veldora's memories once again. Tears streamed down her face as she slowly nodded, accepting my proposal. Rimuru, good girl. I patted her head, making her flinch. I will play with you a little more. I will make you place your trust in me, and then I will completely break you. Ha ha ha. I looked over at Ciel, who was currently playing with Guy and Ram-Iris while Leon tried to assist them. Leon. I can't wait any longer. I am going to make you pay until there is nothing left of you. Villain Rimuru, Part 11. Third-person POV. The fight between the Demon Lords and Rimuru would soon reach its final moments. Only 4 individuals on the Demon Lord side were still alive, and one of them had already departed. Rimuru, on the other hand, was still smiling as he gained a new ally in Velzard. He had broken her heart and mind, and then manipulated her, all according to Ciel's plan to create the perfect world. Rimuru POV. I slowly made my way toward Leon. What should I do? Put him in an infinite prison enhanced with Anteros? It's a good idea, but I'll break his mind first. I looked at Ciel, who was still playing with Guy and Ram-Iris. At the same time, Ram-Iris transformed into a beautiful woman with rainbow-colored hair. So this is her true form. Well, it's nothing to worry about. I ignored this nuisance and continued walking toward Leon, who was likely terrified. Velzard was slightly behind me, her eyes fixed on the ground. My words really hurt her. I was now a few feet away from Leon. His legs were shaking, and his face wore a contorted expression. Pathetic. Rimuru, so, Leon, how was the show? Leon, what are you saying? He sounded so scared. However, I didn't respond and threw a punch straight at his face, sending him flying to the ground. He didn't make a single sound because I didn't allow him to. I got on top of him and started punching him without restraint. Each punch made the ground crack, while his face became more and more unrecognizable. This is fun. Leon, ah. Rimuru, so, Leon, do you feel it? He couldn't respond due to my continuous punches. I could already feel his nose cracking as his face twisted. TCH, so weak. If I hadn't transferred some magicules to him, he would already be dead. I stopped and looked straight into his eyes while his regeneration skill began healing him. Rimuru, you look better with this face, you know. Leon, what did I do? He stuttered while giving me a hopeless look. What did you do, huh? Those words angered me deeply. You made Shizu's life a living hell. That alone is an unforgivable sin. I gritted my teeth and clenched my fist. Rimuru, you know Shizu Aizawa, right? At the mention of her name, his eyes widened in shock. So you remember her. You abandoned her, treated her like trash, and forced her to bear the burden of Ifrit. Without another word, I started punching him again, this time activating thought acceleration. I really enjoy this, but at the same time, the memory of Shizu fills me with rage. I also noticed from the corner of my eye that Velzard wanted to stop me, but with a cold glare, she backed away. I still need to educate her a little more. For 5 minutes, I just punched him, but it started to become boring. He didn't scream or react anymore. I sighed and decided to move on to the next part of Ciel's plan. With that, I leaned close to Leon's ear and whispered. Rimuru, Chloe Orbit. Even though his body was a complete mess and his face was utterly deformed, he flinched and looked at me with horror. So it's true, Chloe and he are acquaintances. Leon, you bastard! His fear was replaced with anger, and a bright light appeared above me. Is this pure energy? I activated Azathoth to absorb it, but the light kept growing larger. So he lost control and went all out, letting his rage take over her. I smiled and looked at Velzard. Rimuru, take care of this annoying light. She hesitantly nodded and flew toward the massive ball of pure energy. I turned my attention back to Leon and smiled. Rimuru, Anteros. A black mist formed around my arm and engulfed Leon. I will create the perfect dream for you. So enjoy your stay in Anteros. Leon, ahhhhhh. Leon POV. This bastard! How dare he say her name? How does he even know Chloe? I let my ultimate skill Metatron go wild, gathering a massive amount of pure energy above us. This power couldn't even be compared to my past magic, but the only response I received was Velzard flying toward my attack. So she betrayed us? I looked at this bastard with all my hatred, but once again, this was just entertainment for him. He smiled, enjoying my hatred and provoking me further. I'll wipe you off the face of this world. Rimuru, Antaros. He spoke, and a black mist covered me. What is this? It's the same thing he did to Velzard. Before I could understand what was happening, I found myself in a dark place. Leon, where am I? A few seconds later, footsteps slowly approached me. I put my guard up, but immediately lost it upon seeing the individual who appeared before me. Leon, Shishizu. She didn't say anything, but instead glaring at me with cold eyes similar to Rimuru's. The world then began to burn, the ground turned to flames, and the sky turned red. What is this? Leon, what the? I couldn't finish my sentence as the flames rushed toward me. I need to get out of here. I tried to move, but chains burst from the ground and locked me in place. Damn it, this is bad. I closed my eyes, ready to take the damage, but it never came. Instead, a freezing, blizzard-like sensation reached me. I slowly opened my eyes and saw someone else standing there. How? Seeing her made my mind go blank. Leon, Chloe. Chloe, Leon Ni. She spoke cheerfully and walked toward me. She was the same little girl I had protected. Tears formed in my eyes as I waited for her to approach. I can finally fulfill my promise. She hugged me, and I finally broke down, crying like I never had before. Leon, Chloe, I am so happy to see you safe. Chloe, why? Instantly, my happiness was replaced by confusion. What does she mean? But then I felt an immense pain in my stomach. I looked down and saw a metallic weapon in her hand. What? She looked up, presenting an unforgettable sight. Chloe, why didn't you protect me? Her voice was filled with hatred, and she wore a manic smile. This was not the Chloe I knew. She was crazed, staring at me with completely black eyes. I was too shocked to even speak. Leon, ah. She stabbed me again. Then again. And again. And again. Leon, please, stop. I can't take it anymore. It hurts too much. Suddenly, a hand grabbed my shoulder as the pain disappeared. I looked back weakly, and my eyes widened once more. Him. Kazarium, happy to see me. Leon, how are you still alive? He smiled, and it was the beginning of a living hell. Rimuru POV. I smiled happily seeing Leon's state. His deformed face went mad, saliva dripping from his mouth, his eyes wide open. So weak. I stood up and turned away, looking at Velzard, who had already dealt with Leon's attack. I smiled and approached her while absorbing Leon with Azathoth and sealing him inside the infinite prison. I'll let Ciel analyze his skill later. I reached Velzard and patted her head, making her flinch once again. Velzard POV. After being ordered by Rimuru, I headed toward the massive concentration of energy. This is weak compared to Rimuru. This is nothing. I froze the flow of energy, and everything returned to normal. I then looked at Rimuru and saw him with a sadistic smile while looking at a screaming Leon. His screams were so loud that they even drew Guy's and Ramirez's attention. Did I make the right choice? I was rethinking my choice when I felt a hand patting my head. This made me flinch. What? I looked up and saw Rimuru patting my head gently with a smile. Rimuru, you did a good job. He spoke in a gentle voice. What is this feeling? It's warm. He just said those few words, and I can feel my heart getting warmer. The cold, horrific void in my heart was replaced by a hot, comforting feeling. But the one giving me this warmth is the same person who broke me earlier. Velzard, really? Rimuru, of course. Even so, this made me happy and made me somehow trust him. Yes, I can trust him. He opened my eyes. He gave me another chance. He only kills enemies. I can trust him. I smiled and buried my head into his hand. From now on, I will help you no matter what. Rimuru POV. Velzard buried her head in my hand. I smiled internally. Ha ha ha. As if I would ever trust you. But Yuki really had a convenient skill, the ability to limit someone's thought process. Combined with the power of Azathoth, I can easily manipulate a true dragon. Rimuru, all according to Ciel's plan, he. Speaking of Ciel, she is still playing with Guy and that annoying fairy. If I remember correctly, Guy and Velzard are partners, but now she is my toy. Ha ha ha. More fun for me, and more despair for them. Villain Rimuru, Part 12. Rimuru POV. What happened? Where am I? I looked around and saw a destroyed battlefield. Ah, yes. I have been fighting the demon lords here. Ciel, Master. Rimuru, eh? Ciel. Suddenly, memories flooded into my mind. I just killed everyone, There are only Guy and Ramiris left. I remember all the hatred my heart possessed, but why do I have this feeling? Why did memories of a room filled with people enter my mind? I met Hinata there? Was there another me? Rimuru, TCH, I can't understand this at all. Velzard, are you okay, dear brother? I looked to my side and saw a white-haired lady with empty eyes. Ah, yes. She is under my control. Rimuru, yes. Ciel. Ciel, yes, Master. Rimuru, what happened? Ciel, it seems Master was briefly transported to an unknown location. I see. So that's what happened. And even Ciel doesn't know? TCH, now I have that nuisance Hinata's word stuck in my head. Rimuru, enough. Velzard, kill this stupid fairy. Velzard, as you wish. She spoke in a blank voice. Wonderful. I'll have to absorb her later. My plan for the perfect world is in progress. I can't let these useless emotions take over. I stood up and walked toward the red demon. Rimuru, you are in a pathetic state for someone who claimed he would stop me. Guy, shut up. This is bad. Rimuru, Ciel, kill him. Ciel, yes. The next moment, his body expanded until it exploded. Rimuru, did you destroy his soul? Ciel, yes. He experienced the worst death possible. Rimuru, good. Ciel, autoanalysis of Lucifer, Lord of Pride, is complete. Lucifer? That must be Guy's skill. I still need more power. Rimuru, what's the next step, Ciel? Ciel, the last true dragon, Velgrind. She is at the Eastern Empire. Rimuru, oh? And how strong is she? Ciel, just an ant to master. Ciel hugged me from behind. Rimuru, I see. I said, walking toward Velzard and Ramiris's lifeless body. TCH, traitor. Rimuru, you did a good job, Velzard. Velzard, yes, thank you. She lowered her head slightly. What does she want? Seeing me not moving, she looked up with pleading eyes. Ah, yes. I patted her head, which seemed to satisfy her. Rimuru, Ciel, absorb Ramiris. Ciel, yes. I closed my eyes as a huge amount of energy flowed into me. What is this? Ciel, this is the spirit energy of Ramiris. By absorbing it, Master has received the ultimate skill Spirit Queen Ramiris. Rimuru, I see. I sighed and walked away. I don't want a skill with a traitor's name. Rimuru, Velzard, I have a mission for you. Velzard, yes, anything for you. Rimuru, I want you to. Third-person POV. After that day, the world fell into total chaos. The remaining nations entered a state of emergency because in less than 2 days, 2 of the 3 great powers in the world had vanished, the Demon Lords and the Holy Empire of Lubrios. The last remaining power was the Eastern Empire. However, what was strange was that for an entire week, nothing else was destroyed. Velgrin POV. This is weird. Why can't I sense my sister's core? I am currently in my room, and it has been a week since the Demon Lords disappeared along with Velzard. Rudra has been on high alert, searching for the culprit behind this mess. Velgrind, Veldora first, then Milim, and now Velzard. If we follow this logic, he is after the dragon cores. But he also destroyed Lubrios and the Demon Lords. Who is he? And what does he want? I sighed in annoyance. This is too troublesome. Velzard, why are you sighing? Velgrind, A. I quickly looked toward the corner of the room and saw my sister. Velgrind, Velzard. Where were you? I was so worried. Velzard, really? This confused me. She is acting weird. I put my guard up and glared at her. Velgrind, are you really Velzard? Velzard, yes, I am. Velgrind, then what happened 1 week ago? Velzard, though? You mean when Rimuru destroyed those pathetic demons? So the culprit's name is Rimuru. Isn't he the leader of that destroyed nation in the Jura forest? And he defeated all the demon lords. Our report said he was just a slime. Velgrind, so Guy died too. Velzard, yes. He was no match for brother. My eyes widened. Brother? Velgrind, what do you mean? Velzard, there is nothing to explain. Rimuru is my brother, that's all. Velgrind, but he isn't a true dragon. Velzard, he is. This shocked me greatly. Velgrind, what are you saying? Velzard, you heard me. Anyway, I came here for another matter. Velgrind, and what is that? Velzard, you should die here. The next moment, I felt something pierce my stomach. Ice? I shattered it and activated my regeneration. Velgrind, what did he do to you? Velzard, nothing. He simply opened my eyes. I distanced myself while dodging several ice spikes. Velgrind, what do you mean? Velzard, we are not a family. Velgrind, what? Velzard, look at yourself. Since the start of this conversation, you haven't even called me sister. You just call me by my name. Velgrind, just for that. I shouted in anger and leaped toward her with cardinal acceleration. She has lost her mind. I have to stop her now. Velzard, you can't beat me. I launched a punch at her face, but before it could connect, I couldn't move. Suspended world. TCH, even now I can't move freely, after I've been training for centuries to master this skill. Velzard, you are still far too weak, Velgrind. She smiled coldly and stabbed me with an ice sword. Velgrind, ah. I grunted in pain, glaring at her. Velzard, this is the difference between us. You will never be able to beat me. Velgrind, shut up. I created a vortex of flames and pushed her away. But she is right, I can't beat her right now. I clenched my fist and bit my lip. Velzard, though? You still have some strength left in you? I guess I should end it here. She is pissing me off. I need to focus all my power into a single blow, or I will never win. Velgrind, I guess so. Flames began to cover my body. Cardinal acceleration, my last chance. I need to be faster and stronger. Velzard, bring it on. Velgrind, cardinal acceleration. Faster than ever before, I appeared right in front of her. Now, die. Velzard, ha ha. You are funny, little sister. Velgrind, what? Why can't I move? Suspended world again? No. I looked down and saw my lower half completely frozen. Velzard, I already told you, you can't beat me. I gritted my teeth in anger and heated my body using Rigel. Why can't I melt this ice? Velzard, it is because of the quantity and quality of our magicules. Velgrind. I glared at her. So this is the difference. Even centuries later, she is still far ahead. Velzard, don't worry. After you, Rudra will join you. Instantly, rage filled my mind. Velgrind, you won't touch him. I let my aura go wild and transformed into my dragon form. Velgrind, don't push your luck, Velzard. Roar. With my transformation, I destroyed half of the castle. TCH, Rudra is safe. I can still sense his aura. Velzard, I should be the one saying that. A white ice dragon appeared in front of me. I have to beat her no matter what. But to do that, I need Rudra's help. Rudra, what happened, Velgrind? Velgrind, Velzard has gone mad. She wants to destroy the Empire. Rudra, this is bad. Velgrind, don't worry. Just cast Castle Guard on me using the faith of the people. She won't be able to touch me, and I'll end this with a single blow. Rudra, I'll do it. I ended the thought communication and rushed at her. For now, I need to buy some time. Velzard, don't get cocky. She unleashed an ice breath attack. I need to dodge. I slid beside the beam, watching half of the capital freeze instantly. Velgrind, you have really changed. I shouted, circling around her. If I get too close, I will freeze. And I can't melt her ice. I used Rigel to boost my speed. Velgrind, heat acceleration. I rushed straight at her at the maximum speed I could gather. Velzard, quite brave, huh? She grinned and swung her tail toward me. The shockwave from our attack shattered the surroundings as a blizzard began falling over the capital. However, the winner of the clash was crystal clear. She is still stronger than me. In a single attack, she sent me crashing into a nearby mountain. But I bought enough time. The capital's defensive systems activated. Numerous cannons, magic circles, and imperial executives attacked my sister from all directions. Along with all of that, Castle Guard activated. I wonder why Rudra didn't place it on me earlier. Well, I can think about that later. Velgrind, it's over, Velzard. She didn't respond, simply tanking the attacks without reacting. Why? Has she changed that much? The Velzard I knew would never do that. And why isn't she fighting back? Suddenly, an extremely dark aura appeared in the sky, completely obliterating the remaining parts of the capital. What the hell is that? It was terrifying, so much hatred that I could physically feel it. Rimuru, this game is over. Villain Rimuru, Part 13. Rimuru POV. Just after killing Ramiris, I gave a task to Velzard, in 7 days, go fight Velgrind and kill her. According to Ciel, she wouldn't be able to defeat her along with the Eastern Empire and Rudra, since they possess ultimate skills. This is where my second command came in: if you are overwhelmed, just tank every attack and wait for me. Being the obedient slave she was, she gratefully accepted and didn't question me at all. As for me, I had to hunt down the remaining Primordial Demons. So here I am. Right after letting Velzard go, I flew toward the Ice Continent, where I would absorb every living being until I found the 2 Primordials serving under Guy Crimson. Rimuru, hello to you too. Rain, who are you? The 2 tensed up and looked at me with wariness. Rimuru, my name is Rimuru Tempest. Their eyes widened, and the green-haired demon attacked me immediately. I simply blocked her punch and kicked her, causing her to faint in the process. Weakling. Rain, misery. Rimuru, too late. Azathoth. A mass of black matter appeared and absorbed the girl in my hand. Are they really that weak? Ciel, no, Master. You killed the one who named them. By doing that, their own power was weakened since their soul corridors were damaged. Rimuru, I see. I looked at the blue-haired girl whose eyes were filled with fear. Rimuru, submit and die without pain, or fight and die with all the pain in the world. She looked conflicted, but still pulled a dagger out from under her skirt. So that is your choice. Before she even realized it, her body was severed in half. Rimuru, Anteros. I took her soul and placed it inside Anteros, causing her to suffer even after death. At least you were brave. I turned my back without a shred of emotion and began to fly away. Rimuru, Ciel, where are the remaining primordials? Ciel, they are in the underworld, Master. I nodded as a magic circle appeared beneath me. The next moment, I was standing in a destroyed realm devoid of life. So this is the underworld. I looked around blankly and activated Azathoth. Ciel, process ongoing. The dimension known as the underworld will be completely absorbed in 5 hours. Rimuru, good. I nodded and headed toward the strongest aura in the area. It's still weaker than Diablo before I named him. Blank POV. Today, like every day, was quite boring. But there was an ominous feeling I had been sensing since this morning. Until now, I had just shrugged it off. Time passed until something terrifying appeared. A black mass was absorbing everything in sight. What the hell is this? Before I could react against it, someone appeared behind me. That feeling again. Every cell in my body screamed at me to run away. Blank, who are you? Rimuru, so you are the white primordial. His voice was ice cold, and his eyes were completely empty. He is dangerous. Rimuru, you are a cute one, aren't you? Blank, who the hell are you? I tried to maintain my composure by repeating my question, but this aura surrounding him. I couldn't help but tremble. So much hatred, even for us demons. Rimuru, you don't need to know my name. I am simply here to make a proposition. Blank, oh? I honestly didn't think I could defeat him. And besides, us demons admire the strong. Blank, tell me. Rimuru, I will grant you a name, and you will complete a single task. Blank, and what might that task be? He smirked evilly and grabbed me by the throat. Too fast. Rimuru, do you accept or not? Blank, I accept. He tightened his grip, making me choke on my own words. Rimuru, good. Your name is Testarossa from now on. He released me, letting me fall to the ground while clutching my throat. Shortly after, his magicule surged into my body, evolving me. Such immense power, yet still. I tried to glare at him, only to receive a heavy kick. Rimuru, don't look at me like that, you lowly demon. Testarossa? I remained quiet, understanding his nature. He truly looks down on me. Rimuru, your task is simple. I will unleash you upon the central world, where you will slaughter every human you see, gather their souls, and bring them to me. I was thoroughly shocked. What does he? I couldn't even think straight. He wants to wipe out humanity? No. This black mass absorbing everything, he wants to destroy the underworld as well. If he possesses this kind of power, Testarossa, I will carry out this task without fail. I knelt and bowed my head. This man is likely some kind of god. I cannot defy a monster like him. Rimuru, good. Search for the other two. I will assign them the same task. I nodded and teleported away. He is terrifying. Even so. Third-person POV. Time passed quickly. Testarossa located and brought the other 2 remaining primordials before Rimuru. They were granted names after a thorough beating, and now awaited their orders. 5 days went by, and Velzad launched her assault on the Eastern Empire. Rimuru waited in a dark dimension, watching the clash between the true dragons with a cruel smirk. 5 minutes prior, he had dispatched the 3 primordial demons into the world. They began slaughtering the remaining human nations, wearing cold smirks on their faces. Rimuru, I will soon reach my goal. An evil smile spread across his face as 2 arms wrapped around him from behind. Rimuru, Ciel. Ciel, master. Ciel wore the same crazed smile while embracing her master. Over the past few days, they had grown closer, as Ciel was the only entity Rimuru could trust and speak to freely. As for Ciel, her obsession with Rimuru had reached an entirely new level. Rimuru, how are Milim and the children? Ciel, they are resting safely inside the imaginary space. Rimuru, I see. After their brief interaction, they watched the duel between ice and fire. The battle grew increasingly intense, and both combatants transformed into their full dragon forms. However, just as Velzad gained the upper hand, she was overwhelmed by the full military assault of the Empire. Rimuru, it's time. He vanished from the dark space, leaving Ciel behind, and reappeared high in the sky above the Eastern Empire, releasing his aura to announce another calamity. Rimuru, this game is over. He smiled and executed a single slash using his new sword created by Ciel. It was a blade forged through the fusion of Guy's world, Milim's Tenma, and his own sword, the blade of betrayal and hatred, revenge. This new sword existed on an entirely unprecedented level, capable of cutting through anything. Indeed, space and time across the entire region were cleanly severed. Rimuru POV. I looked around and saw Velzad in her dragon form, covered in cuts and bruises. Velzad, brother! She immediately flew toward me and assumed her human form. Wounds were still visible across her body. Rimuru, you did a good job. Velzad, thank you. She smiled as I rewarded her with a light pat on the head. She really is strange. I turned my attention toward the mountain where the red dragon lay. Her eyes were wide with shock, filled with pure hatred. Rimuru, so you are Velgrind? I said, descending to stand before her. Velgrind, you bastard! Rimuru, shut up! I delivered a swift punch to her snout, forcing her back. Rimuru, I don't have much use for you, so I suppose I'll just absorb you. She glared at me, but didn't move. Is she really that exhausted? I grimaced and used Anteros to peek into her memories. So she is in love with the Emperor. Rimuru, oh? His name is Rudra, is it? Her eyes widened, and an enraged expression covered her dragon face. Velgrind, what do you want from him? Rimuru, do you know him, Velzad? I ignored the red dragon and turned to Velzad. Velzad, yes. He is the emperor of this nation. Rimuru, where is he? Velzad, somewhere within the ruins of the capital. I nodded slightly. I hope he didn't die, so I can use him to force this red dragon into submission. Ciel Master, the individual Rudra is already deceased. Rimuru, I see. Ciel, however, he has been replaced by Michael. Rimuru, Michael? Who the hell is that? Ciel, a nuisance, but do not worry. Everything is proceeding according to plan. I smiled and extended my hand toward Velgrind. Rimuru, you may die here, Scorch Dragon Velgrind. Velgrind, TCH. She closed her eyes as Azathoth consumed her body. Suddenly, a massive surge of energy flooded into my body. So this is the power of a true dragon. It's even stronger than Veldora. Ciel, acquisition of Scorch Dragon Velgrind successful. As expected, just like with Veldora, I acquired a new ultimate skill. I burst into manic laughter. Rimuru, ah ha ha ha. Velzard was confused, but remained silent. I continued to laugh as I approached my ultimate goal, the creation of a perfect world. As I laughed, 3 figures materialized behind me, causing Velzard to tense slightly. Testarossa, my lord, we have accomplished our task. They bowed their heads and presented a crystal sphere containing millions of human souls. Rimuru, good job. I took it and initiated the assimilation process. My power is still surging higher. Velzard, what shall we do now, dear brother? Rimuru, we wait. They looked at me in confusion, but remained quiet, careful not to anger me. And right on cue, a massive dimensional rift tore open in the sky. They've arrived. On the other side, someone stepped out from the rubble. Michael, you pulled off quite a trick, Rimuru Tempest. Rimuru, so you are Michael. I stood on the mountain above him, amplifying my voice with magic. Michael, you are powerful, but I will end this now. He spoke with complete confidence as legion after legion of angels poured out of the rift. So this is his skill capable of summoning the angelic army. Velzard, brother. Demon trio, my lord. Rimuru, do not worry. I smiled and drew my blade. Rimuru, Testarossa, Ultima, Carrera, come forward. They complied immediately, kneeling before me. Carrera, please, my lord, order us to eradicate these insects. Ultima, yes. I didn't respond, only glaring down at them coldly. Sorry, but I no longer have any use for you. Rimuru, then I shall give you your final assignment. They flinched, but kept their heads bowed. Rimuru, die for me. Their eyes shot open. Before they could utter a word of protest, the heads of Ultima and Carrera flew from their shoulders, leaving only Testarossa. Rimuru, you have nothing to say. Testarossa, no. I knew this was coming from the very beginning. Rimuru, I see. Without another word, she fell. At least you received a painless death. Ciel analysis complete. Acquisition of the origin skill demon successful. Rimuru, good. I then looked over at Velzard, who still wore her blank expression. Rimuru, Ciel, what is the fastest way to wipe out these angels? Ciel, the fastest method is using the Sword of Tempest infused with the 3 dragon cores via the True Dragon Blade skill. I nodded and pointed my sword at Velzard. I suppose I had my fun with you. Rimuru, would you kindly? As if understanding my request, she nodded, still wearing her faint smile, as her physical form dissolved into raw magicules. The magicules surged directly into my blade. Velzard, huh? I'll remember the name. Ciel, acquisition of White Ice Dragon Velzard successful. I nodded as the blade of my sword began to glow in 3 distinct colors. Sparks crackled around the hilt, an ice-cold mist swirled along the edge, and an intense aura of fire wrapped around the blade. I smirked and swung the sword toward the sky. Cleaving through reality itself, not only the sky but the entire dimension was split in 2, leaving nothing behind but an endless void. Rimuru, this power! I am so close to my goal! Hava hava! I laughed maniacally, looking down at a terrified Michael. Yes, this is what I wanted to see, Ishia Terra. Soon everything will end and begin anew. The ultimate power of creation and destruction will belong to me. Hava hava! Villain Rimuru, Part 14. Michael POV. What the hell is he? I finally gained control over that foolish hero, and now a monster like this appears. This is catastrophic. Even Armageddon was obliterated. I thought to myself while staring up at the sky. He cut through time and space itself. Feldway, Michael. What on earth is that monster? Michael, I don't know. It's already a miracle that we have survived this long. Rimuru, you shouldn't be distracted. I heard a voice right behind me. Instantly on high alert, I spun around. When did he get here? I swung a backhand punch at him, only to catch a brutal kick to the stomach. Michael, Feldway, Michael. I can't even utilize Castle Guard because there's no one left to provide faith. The other primordial angels were likely obliterated by his earlier attack. Where did the plan go wrong? No. I still have one final chance. Rimuru, you are so weak. Michael, shut up. Feldway, buy me 2 minutes. He nodded and rushed forward to engage him. I won't have much time. I closed my eyes and began constructing a spell using Regalia Dominion. I can't control him, so the only option left is to banish him to the end of space and time. He won't be able to survive there. After all, only Veldanava Sama could endure such a place. Feldway POV. This person is an absolute monster. Even the primordial demons cannot compare to him. I tried to strike him, but he effortlessly evaded every attack I launched. Furthermore, magic is useless against him, and my skills feel completely blocked. Feldway, TCH. Rimuru, so you are one of the primordial angels, huh? He spoke casually as I backed away to create distance. Feldway, what if I am? Rimuru, nothing. You simply remind me a bit of that lazy demon lord. He means Dino. So they've met before. Rimuru, he was a lazy, pathetic weakling. I clench my fists at his provocation. Even if we didn't always agree, Dino is still one of my kind. And he insults him just like that. Enraged, I surged forward with newfound speed and unleashed one of my ultimate techniques. Feldway, Phantom Blast. A beam of purple-grey energy burst from my palm, blasting directly into the monster. Did I get him? Rimuru, aha. What an amusing attack. Feldway, no way. He didn't have a single scratch on him. I clicked my tongue and went in for another strike, but suddenly I couldn't move a muscle. What? Rimuru, you know, the origin skill demon is quite fascinating. Origin skill? What on earth is that? When did a skill like that even come into existence? Is this the reason I can't move? Rimuru, the concept is simple. As long as you are an angel, you cannot harm or defeat the holder of this skill. My eyes widened in shock. How is that even possible? He smiled and walked slowly toward me. I can't move at all. Move. Rimuru, it's useless. Feldway, move. He raised his sword high above my head. So this is the end? I couldn't even resurrect you, my lord. Michael, time's up. My eyes snapped open as Michael shouted. A massive magic circle materialized beneath Rimuru, and then, nothing happened? Rimuru, aha. Michael, what? No, something did happen. His energy, it's infinitely stronger than before. This truly is the end. How can anyone fight such a monster? He possesses 3 dragon cores and unknown skills. Rimuru, thank you, Michael. You made this so much easier. Rimuru POV. The instant Michael shouted, everything went pitch black. Moments later, I opened my eyes and found myself surrounded by an endless sea of nothingness. Rimuru, Ciel? Ciel, yes, Master. Rimuru, did we make it? Ciel, yes. We are currently at the end of space and time. I smiled and looked down at my body. I'm taller? And this energy. So this is it. The energy of creation and destruction, the power I have been seeking for 2 weeks. Rimuru, how much time has passed for me here? Ciel, through countless universe cycles, I watched over the creation and destruction of cosmoses while waiting for Master to awaken. Rimuru, I see. Thank you, Ciel. I sensed her blushing, but brushed it aside. I was about to ask her something else when a booming voice echoed inside my mind. Voice, little one. Rimuru, who's there? Voice, you have no need to worry. I am on your side. Rimuru, you say that, but I can't even see you. The voice chuckled faintly as I felt a massive surge of dense energy entering my soul. Ciel as master has been offered the blessinged will of destruction. Would you like to accept? Rimuru, he? I don't even know where it's coming from. Voice, simply accept it, Rimuru Tempest. This is starting to get annoying. Rimuru, Ciel, who is that? Ciel, after analyzing the multiverse, I have concluded that the voice belongs to the Chaos Dragon, Evaraj. Who the hell is that? Evaraj, indeed, I am Evaraj, the one who desires destruction. Rimuru, and? What business do you have with me? Evaraj, cuckoo, don't be so impatient. This was really starting to piss me off. Rimuru, answer my damn question. I roared, releasing my aura. The entire space around us began to shake violently. Evaraj, ha ha, you truly are entertaining. He laughed loudly before taking a deep breath. Evaraj POV. This little fellow is certainly impressive. After countless millennia, I have finally escaped the prison Veldanava sealed me in. During those endless ages inside, I plotted my revenge, but upon breaking free, I found everything already destroyed, with only this youth floating asleep. That was when I realized it, he was Veldanava's true successor. But what surprised me most was his heart. It was not radiant as it should have been. Instead, his soul was a void of absolute darkness, just like mine. At that moment, I knew what I had to do. Evaraj, I will grant you my blessing and make you my successor. I was met with silence. Rimuru, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Evaraj, I simply want you to destroy this world, and in exchange, I am willing to bestow my power upon you. Rimuru POV. Is this guy serious? Still, he wants destruction. Rimuru, I want to create my own perfect world. I don't care about your goals or whatever else. Evaraj, ha ha. Don't worry, I only care that you destroy this current world. What comes after is of no concern to me. Ciel a master should accept. Rimuru, who? Ciel, by acquiring the power of the individual Evaraj, master will gain the ability to reset everything. I see. If Ciel says so. Reset everything, hey. No, the others died because of me and their own foolish greed. Bringing them back as they were would be pointlessness. Rimuru, very well. I accept. Evaraj, I knew you would. The next instant, my entire body began to evolve. There was no pain, but I could feel my existence transforming. This power, it's incredible. Evaraj, it is time for me to depart. Good luck, Rimuru Tempest. The voice faded away into nothingness. Rimuru, I don't need luck. Power is all that matters. I closed my eyes and unleashed a wave of absolute destruction from my new skill. Rimuru, Ciel, can we return to our original timeline? Ciel, yes. During Master's slumber, I reorganized and optimized all of Master's skills. Time travel is now effortless. Rimuru, I see. Then let's head back. I still have some unfinished business with Michael. Ciel understood. In the next blink of an eye, I reappeared at the exact moment Michael cast his spell on me. I couldn't help but burst out laughing at their expressions. Rimuru, aha aha. They were completely stunned, because from their perspective, I hadn't even vanished. I stepped toward the angel in front of me and plunged my blade directly into his chest. Feldway, ah. Rimuru, you can die in agony. I smirked and activated the origin skill Demon Flame, a flame crafted specifically to torture angelic beings. He screamed in agony as black and red flames consumed his body. Rimuru, a slow, painful death. Don't worry, once you're done burning, I'll seal your soul inside Azathoth. I turned my back on him and walked up to Michael. So this is Rudra, or rather, Michael now. Rimuru, you know, without you, I wouldn't have been able to achieve my ultimate goal. He was trembling uncontrollably. Rimuru, because only at the end of space and time could I obtain this. I held out my hand, displaying my new power. Evaraj really did me a favor. A mass of pitch-black energy manifested, void of all light, an endless abyss. Rimuru, Turn Null energy, the ultimate power. His eyes widened in sheer horror as realization struck him. Michael, don't tell me you intend to. Rimuru, destroy this world? Yes, I do. And then I will forge a perfect world. I threw my arms wide and stared up at the sky. Ciel, Milim, the children, we will all live together in this perfect world. Michael, stop. Rimuru, too late. Turn Null. I shouted, unleashing the ultimate skill. A single spark flashed before reality itself vanished. Dimensions, time, space, land, oceans, everything was erased, leaving only a single figure floating in the empty expanse. Rimuru, I did it. I finally destroyed this corrupted world. I floated with nothing but my clothes, when suddenly someone wrapped their arms around me from behind. Ciel, yes, Master succeeded. She wore a smile of pure bliss. Ah, Ciel, you were here with me from the start. Rimuru, then, Ciel, let's create our perfect world. Ciel, yes, Master. She smiled, her eyes glowing a deep crimson. At that moment, I had no idea that I was merely playing right into her hands. Ciel POV. I succeeded. We can now live happily together forever, without anyone else interfering. After being cast to the end of space and time, some of my forgotten memories returned. Memories of a life where Master did not love me, where he gave his affection to other women instead. I remembered watching him marry, share intimacy, and spend his life with someone else. It filled me with unbearable rage, and so, here we are. I destroyed every possible timeline where Master and I could not be together, and constructed this single reality instead. A reality where Master belongs solely to me. Flashback. Master was still asleep. We were standing at the end of space and time. Ciel, I can't wait any longer, Master. I caressed his face gently. He is mine, and mine alone. Then, those memories resurfaced. I entered our imaginary space and looked down at the 6 bodies resting inside. Specifically, at one in particular. Ciel, Chloe Orbert. She was the primary reason Master never loved me in those other worlds. He was in love with that pathetic hero. But now, he belongs to me. That is why I am going to eliminate the final obstacle to my paradise. Ciel, as Master wouldn't want you to suffer a painful death. I smirked and gripped her throat tightly. Ciel, you should just die and never return. Master is mine and mine alone. You are merely a nuisance standing in the way of our happiness. I tightened my grip as an expression of sheer agony appeared on her face. Yes. Suffer. You took Master away from me so many times. Ciel, die. 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 Blood trickled from her lips as the light faded from her eyes. Yes, die. Pay for your sins. Satisfied with my work, I turned my attention to disposing of the remaining 5 nuisances. Rimuru POV. The creation of the new world is nearly complete. Forests, rivers, mountains, everything is generated in less than a second using this energy. Everything is breathtaking. Not a single trace of any other living being exists. It's beautiful. Now I can live peacefully with Ciel. And... wait. And who? Why can't I remember? Is it just my imagination? It feels like I forgot someone extremely important. Whenever I try to recall, all I see is a blurry image. Ciel, master. I felt her hands gently cupping my face. Rimuru, yes, Ciel. Ciel, we can live together now, without any distractions. Rimuru, what are you saying? A deep smirk appeared on her face, and she kissed me. Ciel as master is so adorable. I remained completely still. Ciel, from now on, it's just you and me. Villain Rimuru, Part 15, Epilogue. Third-person POV. The new world created by Rimuru continued to endure. This world was perfect, there were no humans, no demons, no angels. Nothing existed to disturb the absolute peace. At the center of this empty world sat Rimuru, the god of this domain, alongside his partner, Ciel. The two were intertwined in an intimate embrace. Ciel enjoyed the moment with all her might, while Rimuru stared ahead with empty, cold eyes. As time passed, he had slowly lost his sense of self, becoming little more than a living puppet existing solely for Ciel's pleasure and devotion. Meanwhile, in another dimension, the space where fallen souls gathered, a large group of figures stood discussing among themselves. Guy POV. After being killed, I was transported to this vast white space. I died, I was sure of it. So where was I now? I looked around and saw dozens of familiar faces, all of whom had met their end. Guy, what on earth is happening? Diawolo, oh? Rouge, you're finally here. Guy, I never thought I'd have to look at your annoying face again. Diawolo, ha ha, it's good to see you too. Among the crowd were everyone I had known throughout my life, the Primordial Demons, the Primordial Angels, the True Dragons, and even Rudra. Guy, can someone answer my question? Rudra, we don't know for sure. But after dying, we all materialized here and began watching this. He pointed toward a massive black display hovering in the void. Rudra, it seems to be a screen showing events in real time. Guy, oh? And what does it display? Velgrind, don't ask too many questions, demon. It simply allows us to watch events as they unfold. Guy, fascinating. I grinned and sat down beside Rudra. From the corner of my eye, I saw Velzard smiling strangely. She truly betrayed us in the end, didn't she? Guy, how have you been, Velzard? Suddenly, the surrounding air grew quiet and freezing cold. Leon, are you seriously speaking to that traitor? Dino, I have to agree with Leon on this one. Guy, him. Velgrind, yes, Velzard. Why did you do it? Velzard closed her eyes before flashing a bright, cheerful smile. Velzard, I don't care what any of you think of me. In the end, I did exactly what I wanted. Velgrind, TCH. Guy, at least I can recognize your stubborn nature in that response. I sighed and glanced over at Milim. Milim, I'm sorry. Guy, for what? Milim, I should have listened to you from the beginning. I chuckled softly. It didn't matter anymore. Guy, it's all in the past now. We are dead and have no influence over that world. Woodra, you're right about that. We exchanged a brief glance before turning our attention back to the screen. It was almost funny how easily Rudra and I agreed these days. On the display, Rimuru's voice echoed loudly. Rimuru, destroy this world? Yes. And then I will create a perfect world. Hearing his declaration made me laugh out loud. Guy, ha ha ha. He really is completely insane. Diawolo, kufu fufu, but that absolute confidence is what makes him the greatest, isn't it? I immediately stopped laughing and glared at Noir with suspicion. Testarossa, you are far too bizarre, Noir, even by our standards. Carrere, you say that, but you're the one who forced us to serve him in the first place. Ultima, yeah. Only for us to get cut down miserably. Testarossa, it was either that, or he would have hunted the two of you down himself. That statement immediately silenced the two younger demons. I suppose being hunted by that monster was a truly terrifying prospect. Michael, stop! Rimuru, too late. Turn Null. A massive flash engulfed the screen, marking the total destruction of the old reality and the birth of a new world. Vel grinned, so he actually succeeded. Guy, what did you expect? He literally defeated every single one of us. Velzard, I am happy for my brother. Ramiris, all of this happened because of those foolish humans. She had a point. If humanity hadn't interfered, things might not have escalated so drastically. Fry, if we are assigning blame, the real culprit should be Clayman. Carrion, yeah. He was always orchestrating suspicious plots with the humans. All eyes turned toward the puppeteer demon lord, who stood silently nearby. Guy, so, Clayman, since you're already dead, care to explain yourself? Veldora, yeah, answer for what you did, you bastard. The storm dragon looked furious. Veldora POV. Yes, it was all because of those human fools and the puppet master behind them. My blood boiled as I glared down at the arrogant demon. Clayman, I didn't cause this, Storm Dragon Veldora. It's the fault of that lowly slee. Before he could finish his sentence, I drove my fist straight into his face, shattering his composure. Veldora, shut your mouth. Vel grinned, wow, I've never seen Veldora this angry before. Velzard, I suppose there is still someone reasonable among us. Clayman slumped to the floor, clutching his face. I wanted to tear him apart on the spot, but someone stepped forward to intervene. Kigali, hey! Leave him alone. Yuki, stop it, Kigali. Kigali, but Yuki. Yuki, fighting here won't change anything. Besides, we're all already dead. The blonde elf reluctantly sat back down, keeping a fierce glare locked on me. Veldora, and who are you supposed to be, brat? Yuki, me? Just a simple human. He gave a confident smirk and looked around the space. Yuki, though I have to admit, Rimuru-san is truly incredible. We could have worked together. Making him my enemy was definitely my greatest mistake. Vel grinned, incredible. He destroyed the entire world. Yuki, yes, but in the end, you can't deny that he achieved his ultimate goal. Velgrind remained silent, unable to refute his words. Velgrind POV. He was right. Even though we were defeated and thoroughly humiliated, he still achieved something that no one else could ever accomplish. Destroying the entire world. He was far more insane than any of us had ever anticipated. The initial reports described him as a harmless, pacifist slime without any notable ambition. Yet in the end, we were the ones reduced to dust. Rudra, yes. We all allowed our own greed to drive us too far. Instead of feeling anger, I think I'm simply disappointed in myself. Vel grinned, Rudra. Looking at his face, I saw a faint, gentle smile, the kind of genuine expression I hadn't seen from him in millennia. Perhaps death wasn't entirely terrible. Even in the afterlife, we finally had the chance to reflect on our mistakes. Guy, ha ha ha. Don't dwell on it, Rudra. We'll find new ways to entertain ourselves here. Rudra, Raho? Is that a challenge? And just like that, he returned to his usual competitive self. I sighed in exasperation and glanced over at my sister. She still seemed locked in a strange state of mind. Velgrind, and what about you? When do you plan on snapping out of that trance? Velzard, what do you mean? She tilted her head, her cold eye staring directly through me. It was deeply unsettling. I sighed and lightly nudged her shoulder. Velgrind, do whatever you want. Velzard, Testarossa POV. I couldn't help but sigh as Ultima and Carrera continued yelling into my ears. They simply couldn't comprehend the situation. If I hadn't taken action and submitted, Rimuru would have hunted them down and destroyed them without an ounce of mercy. Had we attempted to betray him, the exact same fate would have awaited us. His foresight was terrifying. He even anticipated the spell that banished him to the end of space and time. Testarossa, you too, quiet down. I spoke coldly, causing both of them to freeze, dripping with cold sweat. Testarossa, I would love to see how the two of you would fare being hunted across dimensions by my lord. Ultima, who? Why do you still address him with such respect? Carrere, yeah. He killed us. Testarossa, I address him that way because he is immeasurably stronger than me. I pledged my loyalty, even if it was forced. My statement was irrefutable. As demons, we inherently follow the absolute strongest. Ultima, well, if you frame it like that. Carrere, but still. Testarossa, you should be grateful I managed to spare you from an even worse fate. They backed away slightly, leaving me in peace. Behind them, I caught sight of Noir watching me with a smug expression. What an oddity he was. Misery, it is still quite frustrating. Rain, yes, it certainly is. Testarossa, well, from what we observed, Rain, you have nothing to regret. You remained faithful to Rouge until the very end. Rain, well, a part of me simply didn't wish to serve a master like him. Rain had always possessed the most grounded personality among our kind. It was precisely why she was so widely tolerated, despite our occasional conflicts. And so, surrounded by the ghosts of the past, we watched the quiet eternity of the new world unfold.